Hey, I thought that the Sebastian Rogers case for Sebastian Rogers, I thought that this case was going to kind of simmer down. At least we'll find him in some fashion, a way alive. You know, last resort, deceased. God forbid. You know, this sweet 15-year-old boy, autistic child, has went missing as of 2 months for now. But there are hundreds of people looking for him, including his biological father, Seth Rogers. So, that being said, something just happened where a specific YouTube channel had an interview with Chris' stepfather and his biological mom, Katie, where Chris kind of flipped off. It's a little bit of updates that I want you guys to get involved with today here on this True Crime Podcast, Novicity. But I want to thank you for tuning in right now. My name is Nov. Welcome to Novicity, True Crime Podcast, streaming both live on Facebook and YouTube. And I would appreciate it if you hit the follow button. If you like true crime, like, share. You're going to like it here. We're talking about Sebastian Rogers. But this case, you know, it's all about finding Sebastian Rogers, right? Find Sebastian Rogers, excuse me. And there's been a lot of beef, dilemma between social media and Chris Proudfoot, but also Seth Rogers and Chris Proudfoot. Now, Chris popped off completely on this interview. I mean, this man was buck wild. And we are going to dive in today about a lot of people was watching this, and we are going to dive into this interview that went on. I want to watch this. I want to see this, and I'm going to jump straight to it. And I don't want to waste no time. I want to know what the hell is going on here, because this is wild. Relax. There ain't gonna be no if, but, because we're gonna jump into this. This is the interview right here, and I gotta know what the hell happened here. So I just want to jump straight to this. This is insane.
To the host and the guests on our show.
Again, this is not my video. This is Web Sleuths over at YouTube. So credit goes to you, you guys over there, and I don't want to steal credit or nothing. But I want to see what the hell happened here. You guys want to just stick around, watch this, sit back and relax. And I heard some stuff. Actually, you know what? Here's what I do. Before we start this, there was something here. Yeah, let's go.
No crappy comments, please. Okay.
Right.
No
this
crappy.
is about a missing child.
Right.
And that's all that matters.
And we will always be polite to our guests.
So Chloe is the PI, private investigator for Sebastian Rogers. I think Seth hired her, if I'm not mistaken. But again, let's just watch. I don't want to keep talking.
Okay. So who do we have here? Who do we have here? I've put you on the platform.
You have me, Chris.
Hi, Chris Proudfoot.
Hello.
Whoa, you have me, Chris. What's up with him? What's going on?
I really appreciate you coming here. I'm going to change the banner really quickly so everybody knows it's you. But I don't know how long you've been listening.
Long enough.
Okay, you sound angry. Talk to me.
Oh, I'm very.
Talk to me. We don't want to get you. The last thing we want to do, Chris, is cause problems between you and Seth. I swear to God.
Well,
So
I understand that, but let me help you with something.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of the information that I've been listening to on your show, coming from Chloe, the questions that are coming through people, it's very sickening and disgusting, to be personally honest with you.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So let me go ahead and address a few things and help y'all out.
Okay.
Because Chloe, you're the PI. I haven't had a chance to talk to you. You haven't even called me. You ain't done anything, first off.
Heather
is the only one. Heather is the only one who has reached out to me or to my wife.
I
So for you
actually
to sit on this show and sit here
a month
and
or
give
so ago.
information that you don't have all the answers to is a problem.
Okay, well, Chris, help us understand, because I know Chloe, and Chloe wants to help. And the last thing Chloe would do is want to put out misinformation. And the problem is...
Okay, I understand that. So let me just smash something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, first and foremost, Anything that goes on between me and my wife is not a damn bit of anybody's personal business. I don't care what you think. I don't care what y'all got to say. That'd be like me splashing all your business out to the world.
Whoa.
Okay.
It does not matter what goes on in my house. We're looking for my son. That's real simple.
Your stepson, right?
It doesn't matter. Stepson, my son. All the kids are treated as if they're your own. There is no title, a stepson, a son. It does not matter. That boy is loved by me just like he is my own. Just like he's my own.
Okay, Chris, may I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've been doing this for a long time, and let me tell you why people are asking personal questions about you and your wife. Okay, it's because of the situation in which Sebastian has gone missing, and they're wondering if whatever happened between you and your wife, does it have something to do with Sebastian going missing? I swear to you, it's not to be nosy. It's not to be rude. It's just trying to figure out what happened to Sebastian. And
okay, so let me make this even crystal clear for you.
okay.
And everybody out there that's got all these negativity, disgusting comments and questions that y'all think you know anything about, when honestly you don't know a damn thing.
Damn.
And that's the problem. You assume, you speculate, all this crap. You have no idea what me, my family, my wife, everybody involved is going through, to include Seth, his mom, and everybody else.
Okay.
Because it's the vile, disgusting crap that comes out of people's mouth. Yes, I'm a very pissed off stepfather to this whole situation.
Okay. And I understand, and I hear what you're saying.
What the hell?
But again,
So let me help y'all with something. 'Cause
okay.
y'all said some shit that's really, it's really none of your damn business. But since you brought
What the hell have I been missing? I've been studying this case, but what did they say? Okay, hold on. I know. Wait, what did Seth say that, okay, what the heck is going on? He sounds pissed. He sounds pissed. What the hell? What the heck?
it up on the clearing.
Okay.
My parents didn't go to Alaska 2 days after he went missing.
I don't think
Why my
anybody said
parents
that.
went to Alaska was
That is
because
not-
my stepfather went for work.
Okay. Nobody said they went 2 days after he went missing.
Oh no,
They
it's
said,
out there. Trust me, because I have
Okay,
terabytes.
I did not say that.
nobody
didn't say
said that
you.
here.
I
Okay.
said people.
Okay.
Now I have terabytes of videos of Seth on here saying some vile stuff. I've got videos of everybody and their comments out here.
But
Trust me, what I'm bringing to you is not that I'm just pulling stuff out of the air.
I understand. No. And Chris, I'm glad you cleared that up. That's a
So,
good.
and by the way, they didn't go for a month.
Okay.
They went for 2 weeks. My stepdad went on business. My mom went with him, but it's really nobody's business.
Well, but Chris, let me, and please understand. I swear to God, I'm coming from a place of understanding because I've been doing this for years. Okay. Here's the thing. When you ask the public for help, they're going to look at everything and try and figure out what happened to Sebastian. And let me tell, from an outsider looking in, it's okay. His parents left town shortly after. Was there a reason? Did they take Sebastian with him? It is speculation. That I am sorry it's hurtful to you, and I understand it. And that's why it's important that you clear it up. Just clear it up. Nobody's trying to be hurtful or mean. I promise you, we've all been asked to help find Sebastian. And this is what we do. We try and think outside the box. We try and ask questions and think outside the box and figure out what has gone on.
But
It is
your
not
problem with
meant.
thinking outside of the box does nothing but cause speculation. And it causes people to call in tips that don't mean anything, that you're taking sources away from the investigation because Joe Schmo down the street thinks that my family owns a cemetery. We own a funeral home. Like, where in the hell do you get up with this stuff? And
Okay.
not you.
Wait, who said that? Who said that? Who said that his family owns a cemetery? What is happening? Yo. The last time I talked about this, about his family, like going to Alaska, somebody mentioned that, and I saw it. I talked about that. Yo, what the hell was happening? Lisa with the 199. Not LaDawn. LaDawn with the 199. Anger issues. Says 199. LaDawn. I'm sorry. I'm going like crazy right here. It feels like this man has a lot of backed up anger after what not only sleuths, maybe news, podcasters, comments are saying, because he said he had a lot of comments from people, but he has a hard drive. And this sounds like he's saving this because he's getting ready to sue somebody. This shit ain't looking too good for people. Melly with the 2 super chat says, "Hi, beautiful Nova City Sam." Hi, Melly. How are you? How's everything? That's hearsay. Yes. That's why I always say on my podcast, this is all speculation. This is not, this is all alleged. You know what I'm saying? Who said that? Can somebody tell me who said that? Tell me out.
You, Joe Schmo down the street thinks that my family owns a cemetery. We own a funeral home. Like, where in the hell do you get up with this stuff?
Okay.
Not you. I'm saying the public.
And so that, Chris, that's why it is great that you're here, because we want to clear this up and help you get it out. And I'm going to tell you something, Chris, when it comes to the general public, they're always going to be calling in crazy tips and doing crappy things. And all we can do is say, that's not us. We are not doing that.
Well,
But
It doesn't
and
matter,
I
though.
did want to clear
That
it
does
up.
not
Chris.
matter.
I
Doesn't
did want
matter
to clear it
one
up,
iota.
Chris. I
Chris?
did reach out to you on March 17th, publicly and privately. You responded to me publicly. You asked me to ask my question publicly. I did. You didn't respond. I reached out to you privately again. So I have reached out to you.
Where in the public? Where?
I reached out to you on Facebook. I reached out to you on Facebook Messenger privately. You've never read my message.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of the bullshit that I get in Facebook.
No, that's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
not-
I just want to make
Yeah.
it clear that
Can I explain to you?
yeah.
You send me messages along with thousands of other people.
I understand that. And that's why I took it public. And you did respond to me and ask me to ask my question publicly because you wanted whatever answer you were going to give to be public to clear it up.
What
I
was the
asked my
question that you asked me? Since I neglected your question,
And
what
that's not
was
what
your
I'm
question?
saying. That's not what I'm saying. I want to make it clear that I haven't not tried to reach out to you.
Chris, I know you're mad. I can feel it. I can hear it, and I understand it. You've got to believe me when I tell you this. Please, if you can die.
This is the point that I've been trying to make right here. I've been saying this to you guys, this comment right here that Des is talking about. But where is the talk about Sebastian? It's all about Chris Proudfoot's. I have been saying this on so many occasions. Everyone is out their mind trying to talk about Chris Proudfoot. Katie, Chris, Katie, Chris, Katie, Chris, Katie, Chris, Katie. I've been saying this, and people can hate me. You can unfollow me. I don't care what you do. This is not really about them, and I'm tired of making it about them. I care about the boy. Every time I do something, it's all about them. Fine. Bring it up. Bring Chris up. Bring Katie. That's fine. But to make everything about them is wicked. I want to talk about Sebastian. When Riley Strain went missing, did we talk about the parents? No, we tried to find Riley Strain. Madeline Soto. You know, we cut some Jenny in there, but we tried to talk about the two main factors: Madeline Soto and Sebastian and Stephen Stearns. People are so focused on. I'm gonna be honest. I agree with him on one part. You can hate me. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not biased. I'm real. I'm gonna tell you right in front of your face. People are so much into the details of his personal life that it's clouding your judgment, is making you form this tunnel vision about him. Like, you think you're helping, but it's actually not. And I'm not agreeing with him to agree with him because I'm on his side. I'm on nobody's side. I'm on the side of Sebastian Rogers. It's so much on him that we're forgetting the most primary narrative, and that is Sebastian Rogers. I'm going to get some hateful comments, but I do not care. I'm doing it for the boy, for the 15-year-old boy, because it could be your son that's next, but it's not about him. Now, another thing that I can say that I kind of disagree with Chris on is that every detail does matter when it comes to your boy, stepson. Every details do matter. But I'm talking about the finer details where it's like, oh, Chris ate steak dinner. Chris did this. Chris didn't. Chill out, everyone. Chill out. All right? Like, that's ridiculous. I scroll all through TikTok. I'm trying to study. I do my research before doing a podcast. Chris and Katie had this. And chill out. Chill. Yo, can we... How is this man, this guy, doing specific things? You know, what does that got to do with Sebastian? Now, the details that do matter, how were they there at the vigil? Does that matter? Kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was my son and I'm out to find him, I'm going to go look for him. That's a red flag. Him out at the vigil, okay, I can understand that. But man, like, this is my first time watching this, by the way. I don't know what was being said, but this interview is wild. And I kind of do understand that a little bit. Kay says, but you're talking about him. Yes, Kay, to prove a point. How much else to prove this point? Not to include him. You understand? Like, I'm over here watching this interview with you, and I'm thinking, okay, Sebastian Rogers, let's get it. What happened? Look at the title. We welcome the private investigator for the case of the missing Sebastian Rogers. Read it with me. Read up top. But all I hear is Chris. I'm like, okay, I got it. Guys, I'm with you on that. Chris, Katie, yeah, their words are a little messed up. It is. I totally agree with you guys. But it's all about them. Like what? Like right now, I can exit this video, exit out. I can go to the newest update, search for missing teen Sebastian Rogers continue. This is what I like to see. I want to know, okay, the search, what happened, any clues. When I heard about glasses, I jumped on that. I had Seth Rogers come on my show to talk about it. That's important. Can we all concur on that? But damn, like, I feel like the attention discoursed into Chris so much. I just feel like, and I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't care. I'm keeping it real with you. I just feel like they like the beef. And I'm not saying you, but I'm saying there are people, not you, some people that love just the contest. They love the beef. They love the, Seth did this with Christopher. Dude, like, the beef between what's happening between them, that doesn't mean it's great. Guys, it's terrible. Because not only they shift in focus away from Sebastian, but they're losing their minds from this case. What if this all come to find out that Chris, nobody had nothing to do with this, and Sebastian did leave on his own? That'll be some shit, y'all. That'll be a can of worms you don't want to have to deal with later, a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? So, again, this is not me agreeing with Chris. I'm not on nobody's side. I just, if somebody's saying this is about Sebastian, then make it about him. Don't say it is and you're talking about Chris all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Hate it or love it, but it's all facts. All facts. Now, again, if it involves Chris and Katie every now and then, I totally understand, because I want to know what Chris is doing for his stepson. I want to know what Katie's doing for her biological son. I want to know these things. I do. I want to know the updates on this boy. But talking about, I'm going to be honest, hate me, I don't care. I'm going to keep it real with you. But talking about what this guy had for dinner or what jeans is he's wearing ain't going to help find Sebastian. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the private investigator, now I can see how that's important. It's a private investigator. That's important. That's why I wanted to watch this, because that's what the title says. But all I hear is Chris, he angry. Which, does Chris have right to be angry? Possibly. But Is that going to help finding Sebastian? No. You understand? And I hope you guys understand.
Dial it back a bit and get us some of these answers and let us help you clear up this bull so it doesn't interfere anymore. And like I said, you're always going to have crazy people interfering and coming up with rumors, and it's so maddening and frustrating, and I hate it. It pisses me off more than anything, and anybody that knows me knows
It
that.
pisses you off? You're not in our shoes.
I know.
You haven't been in our shoes.
Okay, well, you don't know that, but I haven't been in your shoes and missing a child, no. But believe me, I can understand what you're going through, and what I'm saying is we can help you, Chris. We can help you, all right? Just tell us.
Exactly. And my question comes back to, where do these people come up with this crazy crap?
That's a $1 million question. I don't know.
Yeah, online.
Let's clear it up. Let's clear it up for you. Let us help you.
You're saying, I believe, Chloe, you're saying online. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm sorry, I said that. There's a lot of
Stacy.
crazy people online, and just to let you know, I understand you get a lot of messages. I reached out to you when Sebastian first went missing too, to see if we could help in any way. So
Whose cat is that? Like,
yeah, but
honestly.
Chris, I understand your anger, but I'm telling you, please let us help you, okay? We're not here to point fingers at you or whatever, but the problem is, and this is what we were talking about earlier, Chris, when the public is asked to help and then no information is provided, then people, because of social media, and social media is here to stay, unfortunately. This never used to be a problem, never, until social media, and it's terrible. I will be the first one to admit it's terrible. But let us help you clear it up, okay? So you don't own a cemetery and you don't own a funeral home. Is that right?
Okay, now that's what I like. That's good. You want to clear that air up. Shout out to that lady on the top left. That should have probably been brought first, but that's good. We want to know these facts. What she did just there is correct. Clear the air, because guys, you don't even know, and I don't know. Some of these rumors that are sparking on social media are hurting this case. That is the correct. That's what I way been done. I would have been done that. I did it to Seth Rogers. I said, tell me the facts here, because there's a lot of rumors all over the internet. And he said, yes, no, I don't know. Now we're about to find out. Is that important on a cemetery? Like, okay, let's find out the answer right now. But this is the important. If I was to invite Chris to my show, would I? Yes, because he plays a role. He's in the same home that the boy disappeared. But would I ask the correct questions in this case to help find Sebastian? Yes. That's an interview. Now, this question she just asked is important, and it will help because it's going to clear the area of these false shits that we're paying attention of, and to clear it so we can put the correct attention on things that we should pay attention to. So let's continue with that.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, but let us help you clear it up. Okay. So you don't own a cemetery and you don't own a funeral home. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see that? Now he just said yes. He doesn't own this stuff. So whoever said that, they just completely discoursed 2, 3, 4 days worth of other podcasters and TikTokers who wasted people's time over rumors that people took it as fact. You get it? Oh my God. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. This is why I tell people, do your research. You talk about it, but make sure you educate your audience to tell them, hey guys, this is speculation. But again, be always on the fence. Now, he said he doesn't own this stuff, right? He's like, yes. Stay on the fence. Even if he says that, still stay on the fence. This is still an open investigation. Kay says, can't believe what he says. All right, let's watch.
Okay. So, everybody stop with that bullshit. All right.
Here, let me add this to the thing. We don't own a private plane. We don't own 78 pieces of property. Mm-hmm. We don't own a private yacht. What else do you guys want to come up saying that we own? Like we're millionaires or something. Like we've got this money growing off trees, which, by the way, it'd be great if we did, because I guarantee you we wouldn't need anybody's help because he'd have been home by now.
Right. No, I understand. No, I completely understand. Okay. But understand, when the public is asked to help with social media, this is what social media does. And it can be your
Worst nightmare.
or your best friend.
Yes.
And let us help it. And I can give you examples. I can have you talk to people that have said, yes, the people at Web Sleuths, they've helped us. They've been great. Okay.
Yes.
But hey guys, I understand why Chris is angry, because it's coming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Horrible crap.
So she agrees with what I'm saying. Well, that's great to hear. That's good to hear. You see? So I want it to be clear, ladies and gentlemen. Why is this? I want it to be clear. This show that I have, I'm not on nobody's side. You have to understand, when having an open investigation with a missing child, you know, this is, you need to approach this in a way where none of your personal business, vendetta, or emotions is tied to this case. This is about finding Sebastian, helping out, clues. You like this type of stuff, don't you? Well, let's find the boy. Anyone that does the interview with him, he's violent towards them, Teresa says. Well, I probably watched 90% of the interviews. Kay says, I think the spotlight needs to be on him and Katie to they break. Sally, I don't know. I disagree with you 3 times now. I don't agree with that. The spotlight should be on both of them to break. You want to put full spotlight on 2 people other than focus? No, I disagree. No, absolutely unacceptable. I disagree with you. I respect your opinion, but I disagree. Those spotlight should be on them too, so you could break them. What if it turns out they had nothing to do with it? You wasted time. You shouldn't put all your energy onto a single focal point. You shouldn't do that. That's not even a proper investigation. Absolutely unacceptable. That is not a way you should do that. What you should do, and I'm going to be honest with you, is give these people space, find Sebastian, and discuss things with the people who are working with the police and the biological dad. You should focus on everything at the same time with a numerous team, which is the department. They have a whole bunch of people. You should do everything at the same time, not put focus on just Sebastian, just the Proudfoots. No. You must tackle all things at once, taxing as much as you can to find out if Chris knows more information, Seth knows more information, and Katie. Now, again, I'm not saying everyone here doesn't have nothing to do with it. We don't know. It is an open investigation. Everyone is a suspect. You must know this. They said this. You must stay focused here.
About him, okay, and his family. I get the anger. So we're going to help you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let my cat out before she drives everybody crazy.
Thank you.
So I apologize.
Yes.
So hang on. Chloe, is there anything you'd like to say while I let my cat out before she drives me nuts?
I will ask the question. I'll actually read you the message I sent you. This was March 17th. Good afternoon, Chris. I wrote this in a chat you're involved with, but I'm worried it may be lost because there's so much chatter. First, let me say I'm a Tennessee private investigator and have been praying and actively bringing awareness to Sebastian from day one. His case is near and dear to my heart. I had a question. I know Sebastian went to his dad's every other weekend or so. Did you come home on those weekends? Not a specific date, but just in general. Or did Katie come and stay with you? Are you often gone during the week? Just curious about Sebastian's day-to-day dynamic with his parents. And then I messaged you again after I posted that question publicly. You asked me to post it publicly, and I did, and then I wasn't answered. And I said, hey, Chris, just messaging again. So it'll be at the top. I know you said you get a ton of messages.
So, and again, we understand that you get a ton of messages. We absolutely understand that. Is there somebody else in our chat room? I can't see it.
Heather.
Heather, do you want to come up? I guess she does.
I'm here.
Oh, she is? Okay. Oh, hi, Heather. I didn't see you there.
Hi.
Okay.
There was a lot of talk. I didn't really have a chance to say hello.
And this Heather is the other private investigator.
Yeah, I know who Heather is.
Okay. Heather, would you like to say anything?
Well, so I spoke with them earlier today, and obviously, as you know, Mr. Proudfoot did message me and ask for a number so he could come in, and I think that it is past due. I think that it's a good thing for Mr. Proudfoot to address some of the allegations that are being made.
Exactly.
I would like to have the opportunity, you know, like I said to him earlier today, it's good for us, Chloe and I, to have access to them, to be able to, when we get this information, instead of having to go around them to other sources to try to get the answers to those questions, to actually be able to come to him for those answers and try to clear them up directly. So I'm glad he's here. I really am. Even though he's
angry, I am too. I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled.
I'm glad he's here, and I've spoken to him before, and he's been very upset with me before. But once he calms down, I think maybe we can get somewhere. Maybe we can get somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so let's address something real quick with your viewers who say I'm drunk and belligerent. No, I'm just a pissed off dad. So let's get that real clear.
Hey, everybody, if any, mods.
So if you want to keep your comments and that's how your audience wants to play this game,
no.
Then no, I'm not going to clear up anything or turn the chat off. If you want to clear this up, let's get it right. And let's take all the stupid people out of this equation and answer the deals.
Whoa. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Hold on. Okay. Now that part, I understand. Chris, you're a little... No one's going to call my audience stupid. That's one thing. If you know me by now... Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're not going to call my audience stupid. I got haters. I got followers, subscribers. I got members. I got Novicity class. I got Novicity executive. You ain't going to call my members, my audience stupid. At the end of the day, me doing my investigation or her, this YouTuber, I'm a YouTuber, we take the time out of our lives to put in work to educate, well, I do, to educate my audience so we can help investigating. I do this from the bottom of my heart. I don't do this. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I contact the families. I do things for the kindness of my heart. Look at Madeline Soto. I bought her a star from outer space because it's a reflection of my passion that I do with my chat because we love our people. That's one thing that he should never do. Do not ever bite the hand that feeds you. If people are helping you, don't call them stupid. Whether you got haters, Chris, I understand you, brother. I do. But don't disrespect. We're not going to do. Nobody's going to disrespect my chat, my audience. That's what you're not going to do.
Hey, Chris, hang on. Mods, if anybody says anything rude about any of our guests, I want you to ban them. Kick them out. Okay?
It's like this. If you ain't got nothing factual about me to say, keep your mouth shut.
Well, okay, but Chris, they don't know if it's factual.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
okay, he has a point. That's true. She just said it. They don't know if it's factual. So he's trying to say keep your mouth shut about it. He's kind of not wrong about that, but he needs to be respectful. And I'm surprised that she is not saying that to him. I'm surprised, but bless her heart. She means well here. Bless her heart. But he's very aggressive here, a little too, but you don't disrespect chat.
That's the best recommendation I can give them.
Well, but they want to ask questions, and let me tell you why.
Questions are one thing, not a statement where I'm belligerent and I'm drunk, because guess what, folks? I could read the comments that you post.
I know, and I'm telling everybody, if anybody says anything rude, they're booted from chat. Mods, if you could boot them. Stacy, could you get Ping over here to help us? Anybody? And
the other part of this is if it's nothing in regards to Sebastian, I really don't give a shit, people.
No, and I agree, Chris. And I mean, I don't know if you heard, I didn't want to discuss
Oh, I asked a lot of questions and she wouldn't discuss it.
Because
Absolutely.
I think it's semantics at this point. He's been missing for 2 months, and I don't know how his bathroom habits are going to help me find him.
Exactly. Exactly. Mind you that children with autism do have bladder and bowel movement issues to control themselves. But
Absolutely.
I'm not really worried that people can't read and do their own
Well, but Chris,
and
let me
stuff.
tell you,
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and care about that either.
let me tell you why that was brought up. Okay, it's because of what Seth said. Seth said at his house he didn't need
Yes,
it.
you are correct. No,
and so-
you are correct. You just hit the nail on the head.
Mhm.
You just hit the nail on the head. Seth has opened his mouth. He has said a lot of things he probably shouldn't. And he needs to learn how to close it because, quite honestly, none of that has anything to do with finding Sebastian.
Right, and you know what? But Chris, let's keep it that way because Seth has said he is not going to do that anymore, and he hasn't.
Bullshit. Let me.
Whoa. Okay. It looks like I might have to take some phone calls. Members only. I'm sorry. I'm doing members only. Members only. So this is getting more heated than I thought it was. I guess that this is damn. Okay. I thought like Chris and Seth like banged it out. I thought they were cool to help find Sebastian, but this is getting more heated up than I originally thought. Marie, Paul with the 100 stars says, if it was my child, I wouldn't sleep or keep hunting. This is total bullshit. I don't want to say that. Nothing is making sense. Marie, I don't disagree with you on. I hear you. Margie with 145 stars. Margie, thank you so much. Sandra Arnold with 145 stars. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, I am taking phone calls because this is wild. Melly, and plus, hey guys, let me know if you heard any here. Now, on my channel, you can say allegedly, speculation, any rumors. That's welcome on my channel. I allow that because some things are true, some things are not. But we will say, hey, this is just speculation. So the chat is educated accordingly. I allow freedom of speech, definitely, on my channel. Can that man take it down a notch? In my opinion, it's right in front of us. KP was the last person to see Sebastian, period. Well said. So, oh my gosh. Thank you, Melly. Thank you. Thank you. That's, yes, Melly with the 5 super chat. Well said. Good. That's a super chat. Thank you. She's right.
Seth has said he is not going to do that anymore, and he hasn't.
Bullshit. Let me explain to you why. That Sunday when I went to that vigil and spoke to Seth, very calmly, very respectfully, we were having a good conversation while everybody stood behind me and would snap them little pictures and stuff. Heather came up in the conversation. She saw us. It was not a aggressive conversation. It was actually a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But see, it wasn't 3 hours later. Seth was on YouTube on somebody else's show, sitting and he's blaming Katie, my wife, for Sebastian's disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unless you got cold hard facts, which you don't open your mouth. Because all you're doing is making an ass out of yourself because you're assuming.
Say that everybody is grieving and handling this situation differently. I won't comment on if I agree with any of the ways that people are acting at this point. I do think, in the last week we've been trying to build a bridge, and I know it's difficult and it's not going to be just clean and perfect, but I think if we can all just refocus and try to not focus on the other things people have done that make you angry.
So here, let me explain to y'all something that y'all don't get a chance to see, because unfortunately we're meeting on a very bad circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Seth can contest to this. So Seth comes to Tennessee. He gets his job in the security force. He wants to be law enforcement. He has had a dream of being law enforcement since I have known him.
Okay.
There was a chance for something that came up, and I called him and said, "Look, I think you should apply for this. I think you'd be great at it," which is the job he currently has.
Okay.
Now, he gets accepted. He's excited. He calls me and says, "Thank you, man. I really appreciate you helping me. That I have been a supporter and a cheerleader for him this whole time." But
Okay.
y'all don't get to see that. And Seth's not going to tell you that. During the middle of the training, Seth decided one day he wants to call me, tell me he doesn't think he's going to complete it. But I told him, I said, "Look, you're going to sit there and you're going to go back in there and you're going to complete this training because your son thinks you hang the moon and the sun. So you need to go in there and prove to your son that dreams and goals can be met."
Mm-hmm.
I have
Right.
been very, very supportive of him trying to do these things. I have told him on Sunday, I supported him then, I would support him now. But I will not stand by and watch somebody be straight up disrespectful and accuse people and say things that have absolutely no bearing.
There's frogs now?
Absolutely nothing.
Damn.
Okay.
There's frogs now? There's cats and frogs? What, like, oh, McDonald had a farm. Hold on. Can you imagine what he is like behind closed doors, says LaDon? I can't tell you. I honestly don't know. I know people were saying about he was divorced 3-5 times, something like that. So I don't know LaDon. I can see how he's angry. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want people saying things like wow about me, but I don't know. I feel like he didn't need to like be like telling people to shut up. Like, you know, we're all adults here. It's just about a boy who's missing. Let's be civil for a second. So this is a crazy interview, but let's just continue. Thank you, LaDon. I appreciate the super chat.
Well, again, I just, if I could just
Yeah,
step in.
I mean, Chris, I would love for us to refocus and talk about not necessarily the investigation that we can't talk about, but what has been done, what you understand about dog tracks, what you understand about the circumstances. I mean, we could go on and on all night, and I know we have a lot of really big feelings and
Oh wait, it was Katie. Okay.
that are valid. But I think Heather would agree. We would just really love to redirect this back to Sebastian because the anger doesn't solve anything.
It's not truly all anger, it's disappointment.
No, and I'm not saying that. And I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying at this point it's just
not helping find Sebastian.
Yeah, and it's like an energy vampire, right. And we're all tired. And I mean, I can't imagine how tired you are. I know how tired I am. So I would love to redirect back to what you know and what you think.
And then I have some questions that I hope you can answer that will help clear things up.
I'll answer questions unless it's something I have been told by law enforcement that I cannot answer. I've said that from day one, and I'm telling you now, it has not changed. So ask your questions.
Did you pass the polygraph?
Yes, I sure did, with flying colors.
And it was TBI that gave it to you?
Yes, TBI gave it to me along with another agency.
Okay.
I want you guys to understand something. I wish people were more educated on this, but I'm going to educate you. You can take a lie detector test, and I'm not against Chris. I'm not against the case. I am completely neutral. But a lie detector test is not admissible. Let's just say he failed it. Let's say he failed the lie detector test. It's not admissible. Let's say that he passed it. It's not admissible. It's a lie detector test. I don't know why people are so focused on that. You can take it to court, but it isn't admissible in court. The judge is not going to use it and be like, "Oh, you know what? You're guilty." It doesn't. That would not. It's not something solidified. There we go. with flying colors, I guess. Is what he said. But the one thing that I am a little confused about is when Nancy Grace offered him one, he was ready to do it, and then he bailed. And I'm like, okay, but why would he do that? And then I believe that the statement was, I'm not too sure, that TBI did not want him to do that. They wanted him to take theirs first or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So lie detector tests are not always correct. That's why they will never pass in court. They're not. Let me tell you guys something. Just really let's put on our thinking caps, okay? If lie detector test was always correct, it would help with it would help a crime. Everybody would need to take it. Every person that committed a crime, everyone will take it. You see what I'm saying? Everyone will take it, would they? Everyone will find out the answers. Shit, we'll have a home kit lie detector test. Let's see if your wife cheated on you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if your husband cheated on you. Slap that cap on, put those patches on. Did you fuck Tiffany? And then we'll find out. It's not. So let's just take that whole lie detector crap and let's toss it out the window for a second. I don't like when people are so and I'm here to give you the facts. I'm gonna tell you. Don't put so focus on the lie detector test shit. That's either gonna make him look really good or make him look really, really bad. You understand what I'm saying? All right, Brown Sugar with the 499 says, so no one can say anything negative about him, but he's allowed to speak negatively about Seth? Self-entitled yeah. Okay. Now that I agree with you, Brown Sugar. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. Not Brown Sugar definitely spitting some facts here. Yeah. Chris, honestly, brother, like if you don't want nothing bad being talked about you, don't say nothing bad about Seth, brother. You know, you can't do that, bro. Can't do that. Karma with the 499 says, in my opinion, he should be begging for everyone and not anyone's help in finding and locating his son alive and well. Not in a Jerry Springer fest on YouTube. Yes. Karma, you are correct. I had enough about Jerry Springer already. Karma, you're absolutely correct. Thank you for the super chat. Well said. Well said, Karma. Melly with the 2 super chat says, polygraphs can be manipulated. More than manipulated, Melly. More than that. They just don't, they just fail. They don't work. They just not stuff. It's not genuine. It's just not it. But yes, that is correct. They can be manipulated. Go on YouTube and watch that. There's a guy that teaches you to pass a polygraph test. Go watch it on YouTube. No, I'm serious. Go watch it on YouTube. You can cheat that thing. Take that polygraph stuff and throw it out the window. Let's go by textbook evidence. That's what we do on the show.
No, that was kept quiet because it's nobody. We kept it all quiet.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's great that you're telling us now.
Right. And, you know, Seth knew about it the day on that Tuesday when I took it, passed it. They called and told him that I passed it.
And okay, well, maybe he was told he couldn't say anything.
No, he was told he could say something. They told him so he would try to keep his rhetoric down. That's why they told him. And I have the text message where they asked me if they could tell him. And I said, I have listened to y'all from the beginning. I'm listening to you now. So please do what you feel is best.
Okay. So you pass the polygraph with flying colors. Let me ask you this. People in chat are asking, did you tear down any posters of Sebastian, you or anyone you know?
That is a straight up no. And I can't believe people would think I would tear down flyers or posters of my missing stepson. Okay, which, again, you know, another thing which is kind of funny that you bring this up.
Wait, I never heard about that. People were saying that? I didn't know. They were saying that he was tearing down posters, chat? What the fuck is happening? What am I coming back to? Oh, it was a video on TikTok?
Because some people,
it was a video?
and who said that? Yes, they are pertinent to the investigation. have said that there's a video floating around of me tearing these things down.
Hmm.
If you got it, post it. Because
Oh, I
if you
agree.
ain't got it, shut up.
And I mean, I'll say on record from myself, I have never seen that.
And
Exactly.
I also want to
Because
say,
it doesn't exist.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Oh,
and I want to say on
shit.
record that
That's
in my
crazy.
conversation earlier with Chris and Katie said she had one request of me, and that was that when I do these interviews, that I, at some point in the interview, remind people to hand out the flyers and put them up everywhere.
Okay, now, I'm not gonna lie. That's wild. That's a wild claim. That's a wild. Who said it was a? Whoever could find that. Okay, whoever could find that video and send it to me, I will give you full credit with your name on top. I want to know. Again, I don't know anything, guys. I'm wow. I'm shocked, just like you. I don't know who said that. Who said that claims about him tearing down photos of Sebastian. Please, if you have anything in that realm, any proof, please send it to me. I'm so serious. Because I like you guys in the chat, you guys help a lot. I hope you do know that. And let me take the time to say thank you for watching this with me and sharing and liking this video, this podcast. And you guys know I'm very, very, very strict when it comes to facts. That's what you came here to watch. Thank you for watching this with me and helping me. And this case is different from other cases. People tend to work together, but this is a big mess. It's a collision. Mods, didn't I say this at the very beginning that this case was messy?
Please, all we're begging. I don't know how to beg you even more. I don't know what it's going to take for America, the world, whoever to understand. We are begging you to hang posters, talk to whomever, spread the words, keep your eyes open, and when you find something, don't wait 2 weeks to make a report. Because let me tell you something, that's what's been going on. Some of the leads that are coming in are 2 and 3 weeks old.
Why do you
Instead
think
of when
that
you
is?
see something, you pick up the phone immediately
Right.
and you call the cops.
Yeah.
Don't call your best friend and
Right.
say, "Hey, I think I've seen this kid." Don't call these investigators. No offense, Chloe and Heather. You don't call them first. You don't call Seth. You don't call anybody but law enforcement only, and make your report
And
immediately.
I will say,
Well, I will say this first. No disrespect, Chris. No disrespect to anybody. Seth, Chris, Katie. I don't disrespect anybody. But did Katie call law enforcement first when Sebastian was missing, or did she call you? I mean, I can kind of understand why she might call you first, just in case if you came back home, you took him or something. But I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not saying nothing into this, but I would definitely call the cops. If I know that you left for work and you've been gone for weeks and my son is under my supervision and he's missing, I would look around, ask the neighbors, have you seen? Call the cops. Time is a factor in this case. You do know that, right? Missing people, the first 48 hours is so important. That's why the Tennessee Nashville Police was getting their ass fried when Riley Strain was missing, because they didn't up-de-doopity-doop, went and go, nope, they didn't. That's why other law enforcement look into other cases that's happening around them, like, okay, that's a mistake, we cannot do that. FYI, Uvalde Police Department.
we've received tips that maybe haven't been called into law enforcement, but we call them in. And we also received tips that have been called into law enforcement, but the person that called the tip in didn't get any feedback when they were told they were going to be called back. And so they were worried that maybe it didn't get looked into enough. So I don't want you to think
for the record,
passing
right.
tips
So
to law
for the record, I think what folks need to understand Because no, y'all don't know, y'all don't have all the information that Katie and I and some of the information that Seth has. You don't. And I understand that. And I'm sorry that we can't give you every single thing under the sun. I wished we truly could. But unfortunately we can't.
Right.
But when you do make a report and you give them a name and a number, you tell them the location, you tell them a very detailed description and everything. You don't expect to get a call back from law enforcement, period. Don't.
Mhm.
Because I'm sorry, but they don't have the time to stop and answer every single call back when they're looking for missing children. Not just ours, but there's so many children out there that are missing.
Right.
So I'm sorry that some of y'all feel that you deserve an answer, but it's not. And I'm sorry, it's just going to sound rude when I say this, but you don't deserve an answer. You'll get the answer when we get the answer. The family gets the answer on a missing boy, not strangers. They're not calling y'all to tell you.
Chris, this is what I have to tell when I talk to law enforcement, and it's difficult to accept, and I still have trouble with it too. This is the way it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But again, when you ask the public for help, people are going to start looking, and they look at the last place that Sebastian was known to be. And then it just goes from there. And I'm sorry, it shouldn't, but that's how it does. And we can clear a lot up tonight. And I'm
Yes,
so
let's
glad.
do this.
Okay, BW says, Chris, are you frustrated with law enforcement, or do you feel like you're getting adequate information from them?
I'm not upset with law enforcement. I'm going to tell you right now, the agencies that are involved have thrown every asset that they have at this. What people don't understand, this is actually.
Somebody just commented on Facebook and said that they found a video of somebody claiming that he tore down the posters. You guys want to see that? Yes or no in the chat. Netta with the 999 says, parents don't just pick up a child without telling the other parent, says Netta. Netta, thank you for the 999, Netta. How are you? Netta, I just feel like, could it be, yeah, you kind of do have a point there. Like if I was working, like I'm trying to put myself into the position where Chris was at. Like if I'm working, right? And I'm driving back home and I would text my, yo, babe, I'm coming through. You want to do something? You want to link? You want to get some food? How's Sebastian? Yeah, I would probably, yeah. I want you to scoop him up and disappear. That I would text. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Netta. Yeah. I had to put myself and be in his position real quick, but I understand what you're talking about. Yeah. All right, Carmen. Who gets the credit? Carmen. Okay, let's see it. Chris proud for tearing down posters?
As the days go by in the case of missing
I don't think I can show this because it's not my video.
15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, I continue to lose faith in the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, not just in Sebastian's case, but also in Summers' case. They can continue to say Summers' case is not cold, but no.
Okay, so I'm not going to pay attention to this video because it's uploaded by someone, I believe, using AI. This is not like, is it a person?
This may be one of the biggest lies.
Yeah, it's an AI.
As the days go by in the case,
I'm not.
Missing posters cannot be seen on her car.
And I don't want to like tear down this. I don't want to tear down this creator, but it's this guy. This is not a video for me to put up and then someone's talking about it. This is just someone who typed it and AI is speaking. So I'm not gonna show this. It doesn't make sense, guys. Trust me. I want like where someone literally said that, like they claimed that, hey, he tore down posters because that is considered, I think that would be considered, could it be considered, not slander, but like if he didn't do that, like that's bad. Like I'm not saying he did or he didn't. Again, I'm unbiased. I'm unrelated to this. I'm just talking about it as a host. But if, I'm not saying he did, but if he did that, yo, that will bring him into questioning. You do know that, right? Like, police is going to be like, all right, let's bring him in. Because if you're cooperating with authorities, but yet you're tearing down posters, how is that cooperating with the investigating if you are tearing down public awareness? Now, if he didn't do this, and he's saying that he didn't, and there hasn't been a video, somebody said there's a video, he says, post it. No one posted it. So in a way, I'm like, oh, okay, no one did. No one, this is defamation. Yes. Whatever you want to call it. It's just bad. You know what I'm saying? Again, guys, please understand. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm just being real here. All right. All right. You can't be biased here. And people don't like Chris. I understand that. I do. But you can't be biased based on your feelings. This is about Sebastian. So correct information is plausible here. Okay. I want to say that again.
Probably been one of the largest searches for a missing child in Sumner County history, period, and probably in the state with the number of assets. Do I think they're doing everything they can? You bet your sweet tail I am. You can bet on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, just short of making everybody in this United States go hand in hand, start on one side of the country and sweep through hand in hand, that's probably about, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm very happy with what they've done. I know there are some other folks that don't feel that way, and I'm sorry because they are not in the know.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to remember one thing. They're not going to expend every single asset, every single minute of the day on one child.
Of course.
You have to keep in mind how many children are missing, and it has to be equally dissolved among everybody. And I'm not going to lie to you. It hurt. It hurt the day that they came in on day 8 and told us that they have to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing. There was more of a gut punch to take than being told that. It.
I can imagine. Because you're not expecting them to say that. You're not expecting them to say, yeah, we're going to pull back and put less.
I do expect that, but here's the thing. I'm also a realistic person.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for them to expend every aspect and every asset and every single second of the day finding Sebastian. That's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
understand. I want to read you a comment, and I like this comment from Brittany Cole. It says, sometimes you have to block out the noise, Chris. The public will do what they do, and that's the truth. A lot of us are just trying to offer help. It's the bad ones that you remember, and not all the much bigger crowd of good people who are not doing this.
And weeks ago, somebody asked me what I thought, and I had some information from court documents that could have been a lot of quote unquote tea for the internet to have. And I refused to release it because
Court documents on, let me ask you this, on who? Me, Seth, Katie? Okay.
I refused to release it because, number one, I didn't think it would help find Sebastian. Number two, it was a deeply personal thing. And also,
when she was young?
Yes.
Okay, so let me
finish, and I referred to the Michael Vaughn case, where his parents got completely slaughtered.
Yes, they did.
By the public for a very long time. And they didn't do anything to that boy. I do not believe.
They didn't.
Now they have proof. But they just got slaughtered. And if people can say without a shadow of a doubt that they just know what somebody did and they don't. Well, if you know, take it to the police and let's solve this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell all the Sherlock Holmes and Watsons out there, since they have their PhDs in criminal justice and forensics and all this, since they've got it, by all means, we welcome you to the case. We welcome you to come in here and show us and show these law enforcement officers that have so many years of experience that they don't know anything. We'd love for you to do it.
Chris, this isn't helping.
I know it's not helping, but this goes back
get the
to
public
what's
on
being
your
asked.
side. Let's get people on your side, and then we can all work together. Because I
But
know
that's just the thing. This isn't about sides.
It's
This
not
is not.
about sides. He's right. He's correct. It's not about sides. It's not about. It's not about that. It's genuinely about Sebastian. It's about finding Sebastian. It's not, respectfully, to you know, to the creator, to Chris, whoever. It's just I strictly cannot, like, I strictly cannot say that. It's just about Sebastian.
Not about sides.
Exactly, and that's
This is not.
That's what we're
This is
trying
about
to do,
Sebastian.
you know,
it is. But
you
if we're
team
not,
this, that, I'm Team Sebastian.
Same.
You know, I was brought in to do one thing.
Same.
okay, guys, let me just say, coming from the other side, you want the public's help. You need the public's help. Let's not insult the public. There are asses out there. And believe me, we fight against them all the time, don't we, Stacey? Constantly. These jerks out there that pull all this crap just to get clicks. You know, we don't have advertising on this channel. We don't ask for money. We do it because we want to help.
Did you hear what she just? Okay, now I like this lady. Now I like her. I like this lady right here on the left, because I know exactly who. Let me say that again one more time. Listen to that. Listen to that.
These jerks out there that pull all this crap just to get clicks. You know, we don't have advertising on this channel. We don't ask for money. We do it because we want to help. But it doesn't help.
So can I ask you a question on your show?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you the same question I ask everybody else when we went on their shows. So I'm on your show and I'm sure it is blown up. So the more people that come on, the more money this show makes.
No, I make no money.
We don't make money. We're not monetized.
Zero money.
It's not monetized.
And we
You're
don't
not a
take
monetary
donations.
show.
No, they don't monetize.
No,
we do not
Right.
monetize. We do not monetize. It costs me money to do this.
Yeah, and
Web
Chris,
sleuth
that's
is
the reason why I
completely
asked
free.
show I
that,
will go on.
It's completely free,
Well,
and the website is as well.
No
right?
advertising.
So the
on
reason
our
why
website,
I'm asking that question, okay, is because if people are true to what they say in their heart, especially those, and they know who I'm talking about, the clickers, the shows that make this money. I would love for you to make a public announcement for every dollar you've made. If you truly do this for the goodness of your heart, every dollar that you have made, you should donate it to the cause, not to your personal gain.
Right.
Well, yeah, we don't. Like I said, we make zero money. It costs us money to.
And I appreciate it.
Why are people saying that he's going to get worse? What does that mean? Why are people saying that in the comments? What does that mean? He's going to get worse, like his attitude, or in the interview, or in the long run. I don't understand that. Can somebody, like, why are everyone saying that on Facebook and YouTube? I don't understand that. Miss Vu, I agree with you 100%.
And I respect that. Thank y'all ladies for that. I will give you that.
So, but no, I understand what you're saying. But again, it's just.
Yes, but I don't know, what does that mean? He's going to get worse. What does that mean? What does that mean? Melly, you stupid.
Like with, Nancy Grace or with news media, they report the news. Unfortunately, this is social media. And I agree, there's people out there, and I'm not going to even say their names, but they know who they are. They do this crap to get clickbait so they can make more money, and it's disgusting. Absolutely.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
And I want to add something to that. Like I told Chris earlier, everybody that's involved in this case is under a microscope. I've been ripped to shreds. They've been ripped to shreds. Seth has been ripped to shreds. I mean, like, the public gets a hold of somebody in the spotlight and they dig into them and they pull up anything that they can about them. And some of it's true and some of it's not. It doesn't help find Sebastian. And that's where we all need to get on the same page and regroup and just make the decision right here, right now, to ignore the rumors, to clear up misinformation, and just to get on track so that we can start trying to find Sebastian.
Now,
Right. If we can keep parties involved in this investigation focused on that and staying off of YouTube and other aspects of social media and playing the game, okay,
Yes.
I'm sure we would all benefit greatly in this become.
I disagree with that 100%. Social media, even though there are toxic people, social media is a necessary tool that links the public and other people, ignorant people, and people who don't even know that the boy's missing. Social media, YouTube, even though TikTok, I'm not a fan of TikTok anymore. Twitter, Facebook, these are necessary tools. And you want to know why? Because they are agreeing with him, but they are streaming this on YouTube. Please stop it. Chris, that's bull crap. Please don't. Chris, stop it. Social media is, I know, but if people could have control with their lives, social media wouldn't be a problem, all right? Social media is a beautiful thing. Have discipline, upload the correct information, stray away from the negative people, and then this helps a lot. Look at this. I'm here with you live. I'm learning as you're learning. Even people who didn't watch this interview, you did. Other people in the chat didn't. I didn't. I wanted to watch it with you. This is important some of this is important. If it was about Sebastian, that would be important information. But I haven't heard nothing about Sebastian. I'm waiting. So please don't ever think that that's correct. That social media this. And even though I'm not a fan of TikTok no more, I'm not going to say that it didn't have its important things about him. It educated me. Shit, I know how to make oat milk at home now. I don't have to buy it for $5.99. So what I'm saying to you is that there is a beautiful place in social media. You just need to find the correct information. That's all. I disagree 100%.
Complete.
Yes.
I'm sure we would all benefit greatly, and this would completely change narratives and the direction, and it would straight focus completely on Sebastian.
Well, let's do this. This podcast or Web Sleuths podcast that we're on right now, we can make a pact right now. That's what we're doing right here, right?
But here's the other thing. I appreciate you want to make that pact, but you know exactly who I'm referring to. That needs to be done publicly as well then.
well, all we can do is what we can do here
True.
tonight. So,
Okay.
but Chris, there's a couple of questions, and then there is somebody
Fire
that
away.
there is somebody that wants to come on the panel, and I don't know if you want them on here, but
Who is it?
let me ask you these questions first, okay? Everybody wants to know, what do you think happened to Sebastian? What do you think happened?
Thank you.
I don't
Yes.
know. For the love of God, I wished I had an answer. I wished we had something to go off of,
So,
but we
Chris,
don't.
I asked Seth this a few weeks ago, and
Mhm.
so just no
I'm gonna
thought
hear you out.
in your gut, spit it out. Doesn't matter if it sounds completely off the wall. What is your knee-jerk reaction to what happened?
Sebastian walked out of the house, stepped off the porch, and has vanished into thin air.
Wait, whoa. You believe that he stepped off the porch? Stepped out the porch. But the police said that there was no force of someone entering or exiting. But can an autistic kid close every single door behind him? Didn't the mother open the door to find him not there? So he knows to close all doors when leaving? He stepped off the porch, but why didn't wait? But if he did that, didn't the neighbor that said on her Ring camera she didn't capture? Stepped off the porch. Karma with the 199. Somebody said in the comments, he walked out and what? A spaceship took. Somebody said something in the comments. It was, I don't know who said that. Karma with the 199 says, told you it's a Jerry Springer show. I thought it was gonna I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I'm watching this right with you guys. Karma, thank you so much, Karma. That's like your third super chat, right? Or your second one. I appreciate that. Shout out to all my super chatters in the chat.
That is what I think, because that is what I know.
But what do you mean you know?
I've been part of the investigation since day one.
Okay.
And if anybody else out there that's got some information in regards to where Sebastian has went, because last time I checked, there's not one shred of evidence.
You know he walked off the porch is what I'm asking.
I'm telling you, unless this kid is just in the thin air on my front porch, he sure had to go somewhere, so he had to walk off the front porch. Now, if you're trying to insinuate somebody was in my house or somebody's taking that child outside of my house, say
I'm not
that.
Insinuating anything. I'm asking, do you know that he walked out your front door? Do you know?
Oh my God! Let me not. I'm done talking. I was gonna say something, guys, but let me,
That he went out the front door?
Or any door.
Is that what you're asking?
Do you know?
Yeah, that's what we're asking.
Okay, thank you. I just need a confirmation. I don't play games here. So, just to make this real crystal clear, there's a back door. Every door in the house, when Katie got up that morning, was locked.
Okay.
Since it's already out there, there's a keypad on the front door. You don't need a key to unlock and lock my front door.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a key to lock every other door. And every other door was locked, folks.
So
Did Katie do that?
Do
and
what?
He walked out. Did Katie make sure all the other doors were locked? And could have Sebastian just walked out? Could he have walked out the front door?
Every door was locked.
So what you're saying is that the only possibility is the front door. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying the most conceivable way possible that this makes sense is that he walked out the front door.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Did he walk out without his shoes on? Is that what you believe?
My statement earlier is real simple. Sebastian walked out of the house not wearing any shoes.
Could he have been running and scared of something?
Don't know. He could. It's a young boy. It's dark outside. God only knows.
Okay. Now, there is somebody that has been asking to come on, and Gray Hughes. He would like to talk to you. Would you like
You can
him
bring that. You can bring that man on board because I've talked to him. I respect him, and I will talk to him.
Gray, I just sent you the Facebook link.
I would love them to finish talking about Sebastian. That's what I want. That's who that's Breezy said hi. Hi, Bree. What's up, girl? How are you? Welcome. Somebody asked me a question. Nova, are you taking phone calls? Yes, I am. So it is a first come, first serve, members only phone call. So if I was you guys, text that number with your name and I'll give you a call. I promise you I will. Let's continue.
Link. So jump on up. Okay, Gray? I just sent it to your Facebook. So he'll be jumping on here shortly. Stacy, can you keep an eye out because I can't see because of my stupid computer.
Hey,
Okay.
in the meantime, I would like to, since Chris is here and this has become very public, I would like to mention something that we spoke about earlier. Chris and Katie did actually confirm that the clothes that he was wearing at Texas Roadhouse that night were accounted for. And I believe they were the articles of clothing that were used for the scent dog. Am I correct when I say that, Chris?
Yes, those clothes are in the possession of law enforcement.
So the clothes that were found on him that day to the video camera at Texas Roadhouse has been identified and collected by law enforcement. See, now that's important to know. That is important to know. That is important to know. See, that's important information. People are telling me to skip the part with Greg Hughes. Should I do that? I kind of want to get to the Seth part. Chris and Sebastian's mother, Seth, a tone from the first interview. Has anyone thought to use a psychic? Says Dion with the $4.99. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that so much. Unfortunately, I don't do like the psychics. I don't do that on my channel. I had a bad history on doing that, and I learned my lesson, and I would never, ever do it again or be used in that fashion on Novacity. I don't do psychics. No. I'd rather do lie detector test than to do that. I'd rather a piece of vegetable to interview me than to use a psychic. I'm not going to use a psychic. But that's a very good super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. All right. Oh, how do you call? Okay, I'll set the number. Mods, can you put the number and then I will do it, please. Can you pin it? I'll pin it on YouTube. Can you pin it on Facebook? I would appreciate it. Let's continue.
Great. And so do we know what Sebastian was wearing when he left?
From the house that night?
Yes.
The description is still the same. It hasn't changed from 60 days ago. However, I will say this much. Some of the information that's out on some of these posters and flyers, we have actually requested to have some of that changed, but it hasn't happened. So I'll walk you through what the description actually should be. Sebastian was wearing long black pants. Think of the 1970s style Adidas style pants. You know, had the white stripes down the side. That style of pants on. He had a long sleeve shirt, not a sweatshirt, not a hoodie, a long sleeve shirt. On the front of that shirt is probably one of three depictions: Halloween, Star Wars, or Minecraft.
Okay.
So, Chris, I know that Sebastian didn't have very many pairs of shoes because his feet were growing, and Katie would toss them out pretty quickly after he grew out of them. But is there a reason we can't confirm which shirt if it's just one of three?
I didn't say one of three. I said one of three depictions on a shirt.
Okay, so that's
So
three
there's
different shirts, right?
Say again, I'm sorry.
So I don't know if we're saying the same thing or something different, but are you saying there's three different possible shirts he was wearing? Like he had three different black long sleeve shirts. One had Halloween on it. One had Minecraft
what I'm
on
telling
it.
you,
Star
no,
Wars.
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said he had a long sleeve black shirt on, and on that shirt had one of three depictions. I didn't say he had three. I didn't say anything. I just said one.
okay.
Right,
Can
I'm just confused by how have you not been able to identify which of those three depictions is missing?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Can you tell me every single shirt in your closet right now and everything that's on
No,
your shirt?
but if I had
Okay,
to
then.
choose between
Right, but wait a minute,
three of them, if I
But
had
hold
to
on a
choose
minute.
between three of them, I could.
You're saying three of them. But I'm telling
Well, you
you,
listed three things. I'm just confused.
I listed what could possibly be on the shirt.
Okay, can I jump in and try to interpret a little bit here? Okay, so are you saying that all three of those shirts are not accounted for, or are you saying you don't remember which depiction it was that was on that shirt? Does that make sense? Is that a little bit clearer?
Say it one more time, you broke up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so are you saying that you don't remember what the depiction was? It was one of those three things, or are you saying there are three different shirts with those depictions and all three of those shirts are unaccounted for?
I'm not saying he had three shirts with three different depictions on them. That's not what I said. I'm telling you, I don't know what exactly was on the front of the shirt is what I'm telling you.
Okay, so
Sebastian's clothes mostly consist of, if it has a picture on it, one of the three things. Those are his three favorite things.
Got it.
Okay, so
Halloween,
what you're saying is he has,
Minecraft.
you know, multiple Minecraft shirts, multiple Star Wars shirts.
I see what he's saying. He's saying that out of the 3 shirts, one of them is in fact one of the things that he liked. It has to be. Minecraft, etc. I get it. But damn, Chris, you got to cut that attitude. At the end of the day, you're a guest on the show. There got to be some type of mutual respect here, brother. That attitude wouldn't fly on my show. I tell you that right now, because the whole Bronx will come at me. That's you're being a little disrespectful. Now I understand what people are saying in the chat. There has to be a level of respect. We're all humans, no matter what color, what gender. That he can't be doing that. Kim with the 10. Kim says, Jesus. She says, don't skip Gray. They talk about belts. Okay. I won't skip them. You got it. Thank you for the 10. Kim, how are you? Kim, thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate that. You guys are members, super chats, and star senders over at Facebook. Teresa with the 100 stars. Thank you so much. You guys are rocking the stage tonight. I'm sorry, Nove. Hold on, Dion. Hold on. K. Cole. Wow, K. Cole. She says, if he wants to help find Sebastian, why is he being so nasty? People want to help find the sweet boy. I understand. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. I agree. I just wish he wasn't. Like, I get that you're pissed off, Chris, but, you know, respect trumps all that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like that on people's show, man. You cannot do that. That's very disrespectful, man. Again, I sympathize, I understand, but again, 2 wrongs don't make a right, and we're adults here. K. Cole, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Dion with the 499 says, I'm sorry, Nov. I meant, have Chris considered using a psychic? Oh, okay. I understand what you talk about. All right, Dion. No, don't apologize. You meant nothing by it. Don't worry about it. You're good. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if he will do that. He said, I quote, I am a realistic man. That is what he said. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good super chat as well. Thank you, Dion, K. Cole, and Kim. I hope you guys are rocking the stage tonight on the chat. Brown Sugar said, but how does he know if he wasn't there? That's a very good super chat. This is why we do super chats. Very good. Technically, he doesn't know. He will only go by what his wife would say. So yes, Brown Sugar, you are correct on that. He only can give only what he knows and only what law enforcement can provide to him, which is factual information. That is all. That's what all anyone can go because he wasn't there. K. Cole, thank you so much for the 199. I appreciate you. She says he needs to calm that sass. He does. He does. I completely agree with you. I don't know but people are telling me it's going to get worse. I'm here for it. I never saw this, so I'm watching it with you guys. Let's continue. Super chatters, hoorah. Appreciate you guys very much.
It's multiple Halloween shirts. So it's likely he had a shirt that had one of those things on, but there's not just 3 of those shirts.
I'm telling you that he had a long sleeve shirt on with one of the 3 depictions on it. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not telling you any more shirts. I'm not telling. So
No, I'm not
I know
trying
what
to
you're
do-
asking.
I'm just trying to understand.
I understand that, but you're asking me if he had three different long sleeve shirts with 3 different depictions on it. And
No, I
I'm
think I
telling
understand
you,
what you're explaining. Like, so Sebastian had multiple shirts that had a Minecraft graphic on it. Sebastian had multiple shirts that had Halloween. Sebastian had multiple shirts that had Star Wars. I guess maybe several of them were long sleeve and black. So you can't identify.
Here, let's just make this very simple.
Okay.
He had a long sleeve black shirt on with a picture on the front of it.
Okay.
There you go.
And that obviously is what you got from Katie, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody, Gray Hughes is here, and people are saying, why is Gray here? I will tell you, Gray, I consider Gray someone that I like. Gray helped me in the beginning. When I started this, he was very kind to me. I know it's a shock, but he was very sweet.
Shock.
I asked, he knows I'm kidding him. And I asked Chris, is it okay if Gray Hughes comes up? And Chris said yes. So Gray, I'm going to turn it over to you now, please, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say I've talked to Chris, and the way he's sounding right now is exactly how I think I would sound, or anybody else would sound, given the attacks being leveled. When I talked to him on the phone, we talked on the phone. We've messaged back and forth, but we talked for like an hour one time, and literally went over detail by detail on where the light video was taken. The flashlights. Exactly where that was filmed. We went over where the dog scented and I kept sending him the map, and he would show me the route and everything. And it was like, to me, he seems like somebody who's literally out there trying to figure something out. I know my opinion isn't like all the rest of the people out there. I've never seen anything like this. It kind of reminds me of like remember the Chloe, was it Chloe? Yeah, Chloe Smith in Australia. The two parents that were sitting there, and they just didn't look quite right, and everybody blamed them for the abduction out of a tent. And it turns out it was literally somebody abducted the child out of the tent.
Right.
There's just so many cases like this, and all I'm saying is when I've talked to Chris Proudfoot, I have never seen anything that he said in any of the interviews where I went, wow, this guy, wow, he must have something to do with it. I actually look at him and think, man, I would feel the same way if from day one the entire community hated me and I never got the same love that Seth got. Seth was absolutely admired by everybody like he was God or something.
Let me explain why. And I agree. I think that's exactly how you would sound, Gray. There's no question. But let me explain why, okay? Again, social media is here to stay. We need to learn this. When anybody comes on and they are aggressive and insulting, it blows up like wildfire. And you're asking public for help, but you are condemning the public because of a handful of jerks.
I just said that. Thank you. You are condemning the public, but you're asking for help from the public. That's why social media is important. End of story. Des said, let's ask Katie what Sebastian was wearing. Yes. And this is why I this is going to be here because it's a super chat. It goes on the screen automatically. But yes, Des, you are correct because the last person that was with Sebastian was Katie. If anything, I wouldn't put Chris in there. I would just swap him out for Katie and just be like, Katie, what's up? You was there. I know most of you are probably going to disagree with me, but that's just me through experience and doing this for a while. Whoever's in the driver's seat, you're going to question, correct? I would question Katie before anybody else. That's what I would do.
And that causes problems. I haven't
Well, for the record, ma'am, I have not in the past gone onto a show and been a jerk and ridiculed the public and said a bunch of hateful things and inappropriate things. I have not done that. So I'm sorry that folks are upset that day one, Katie and I were not on TV or on YouTube expressing everything. Well, you say that, but as you said, social media is here to stay.
Absolutely.
So with that being in mind, you're one, and there are millions out there that think otherwise.
I would never expect you to come on.
But I think the way he was just talking a minute ago, to me, it sounded normal, given the fact that the 90% of the chat is just trashing him.
No, that's not true. That is not true. We are kicking the people out.
I can see it right now. No, I know you're kicking him out, but I keep seeing comment after comment after comment after comment that are really suspicious and like,
Gray, just close the chat. I'm not even.
Yeah, like you had somebody in the chat that literally asked the question: was Katie arrested at 19 for an incident? Like, I'm sorry, but once again, this goes right back to none of that has anything to do with Sebastian.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt.
No, I'm not trying to create anything.
I know you're not, Gray.
I'm just trying to say that I absolutely understand how he's feeling, and I know out there they go, "Oh, look, he's soothing Chris's ego." I listen. I've talked to him late night on a phone. He's just a normal dude trying to figure something out. That's how he sounds like. Now he's on here with. I've seen him on shows. Remember at the beginning, him and his wife would go on shows, and they were totally calm, talking, and they were normal. But everybody dissected every single word that they said, and everybody came up with a negative meaning for every single
Well,
thing they
let
said.
me tell you what happened. I can explain now. Let me tell you. Chris, when you went on and talked about hitting Sebastian with a belt and kind of, just chuckling about it and how the social services or child protective services came to your door and apologized to you, that got people upset. It got people.
But right, let's clear that real quick.
Okay.
That needs to be cleared up, because what was said and what people heard are two totally different things.
I heard you say you hit him with a belt.
Okay, so let me finish, because that's the problem. When I go to make the statement, people want to interrupt and try to say, well, this and that. No. You wanted the answer. I'm giving you the answer. Now, when I answered that question, I told people Sebastian got a spanking. He got one lick on his butt outside of his clothes. If somebody can tell me how that's abuse to a child, explain to me.
Can you confirm when that happened?
That was years ago.
I got spanked by a belt and wooden spoon by my mom for years.
So, but let's not sidetrack. Let's stay on board.
Okay, I'm gonna make a comment there real quick. Hold on. I want to open my mouth so bad. I can't say it. Never mind, chat. I don't want no beef. I don't want beef. I want to. If somebody can say it for me in the comments, you know what I'm gonna say. Let's just continue.
Okay.
Jesus.
So the question about the CPS thing that came up to play that everybody wants to tie to this belt is not what it was.
Okay.
Well, I think it was confusing because when you initially talked about it, you referred to him as an embarrassed 15-year-old. So
yes, you did.
Like it was years ago.
We thought it was like right recently.
Well, instead of asking more clarification,
let's clear it up.
Should have been. So, as it stands, Sebastian went to school one day. He made a statement to a teacher. The teacher reports it to CPS. CPS comes to the house. That case has nothing to do with Sebastian getting spanked. That had everything to do with Sebastian didn't like being in trouble. So he thought by reporting it to a teacher, they were going to come to the house and they're going to take me out of the house and do this and do that. That is what the CPS case was about. And yes, I laughed at it because when I explained to Sebastian, very detailed, what happens, he thought it was a joke. When the CPS lady shows up and looks at him and says, Sebastian, you can't false report. That will get people in trouble and you can get in trouble. And then she explained to him what happens.
What did he say you did to him?
Can I ask you, what does that have to do with the price of eggs in China when it comes to the disappearance of Sebastian?
Because I'll tell you why. Because you're wondering why people are coming at you. And it's because he was in your home last. That was the last place he was seen.
Yes,
so
he was.
When we hear these things, it's like, okay, let's just clear it up and see what happens. Because I'll tell you why. Because people, I'm not saying me, but I've seen people say, hey, he was hitting his child. He reported it to his teacher. Did something happen? Was there an explosive incident that happened?
No, absolutely nothing of that nature.
Okay.
And for people to not understand, when you discipline a child, there's a difference in discipline and abuse.
Okay, I'm going to say half the things that I want to say. But the other half, I can't say it because I don't want no beef. You should know what I mean by that. I'm going to say half of it. Number one, you do not hit an autistic kid. Who am I to even say that, to be honest? I don't have an autistic child. When I was young, I got my butt beat by mom, dad, brother, even sister. I'm not kidding. Shoot, I'm from the Bronx. I got jumped how many times? I got beaten. Can I say my mom and dad abused me? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. No. I can't say that. But am I an autistic 15-year-old boy who doesn't know any better, who is getting help that he needs? No, I am not him. So should my parents beat me? Maybe if I was being bad. But am I an autistic 15-year-old boy? No. So do I think that a father who is not yours, let me tell you, because nobody's laying a hand on my kid. I don't give a hell if you had my kid for 30 years. He ain't your blood. We don't rock that. Where I come from, we don't do that. I know you guys are different from you where you at, wherever you at. But where I come from, you don't put your hands on kids that's not yours. You let the mama deal with that. Number 2, he is autistic. Number 3, he is autistic. Okay? There's numerous reasons why. So, Chris, I don't agree with you on that. I don't. Now, the other half of the thing I'm going to say. Shut up. All right, let's. You understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? He didn't say that. He did. Kim, I can't see your dono, but I see it over here. But Kim, I'm going to read Kim. Kim did it again. Kim with the 10 again. Kim says, see why I say you should watch it? Yeah. Kim, you're right. Kim, Debbie's in the chat for Kim. Absolutely, Kim. You're absolutely correct.
There truly is a difference.
But I think hitting anybody with a belt is abuse. I'm sorry, I do. And a lot of people agree with me, and that's...
I don't agree with you, respectfully. I don't. I just think that there is a level of degree to it. If you keep on and like, if I do this, you don't do that. That's not abuse. I don't think that is. But should he have done it to an autistic boy that's not his? No, I disagree with that. But there's a difference, guys. Be careful with that word abuse. This is why I'm stopping to tell you, because discipline and abuse are two different things. You must understand, especially if you have kids. Come on now, let's be real here for a second.
That's the problem.
And
so
guess
we have
what?
A difference
That's
of
the
opinion.
great thing. That's the great thing about having your opinion.
Yes.
That's an opinion. That's not a fact. That's opinion.
Okay. I think a belt is abuse, but that's my, again,
Well,
that is my...
if I was leaving bruises and marks on a child, that's abuse. That would be considered abuse.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
so by definition,
that's weird.
that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You can say your opinion, and that is fine, but you have to back it up and say, what I'm stating is just an opinion. There's no fact to it. When you don't say that, you leave it open to interpretation for a lot of people to take it and run with it. That was a lot of the problems with this.
And there will be people, I can get people from CPS that will say hitting a child with a belt is an abuse. But here's the thing. You're right. That doesn't have anything to do necessarily with Sebastian and his disappearance. But what it does is it creates a narrative in people's minds that we need to clear up and change, Chris. We need to clear it up and change it. Okay? So let's do that.
So we just did.
Okay. If now you did go on Nancy Grace and say that CPS has never been called, and
no, that's not. No. Nope.
Okay, that's what I heard.
That's what you hear.
What did you say?
She asked the question about a situation, and she asked me if I had ever had CPS called on me. I believe is what the question was. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't exactly know what the question was without hearing it again. So I'm not going to answer you with something without having it in front of you.
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. Very fair. And so let's move on. Okay, so nothing came of that from you hitting him with a belt. Has there ever been any, and people are going to ask, has there ever been any violence in your home as far as Sebastian is concerned?
No.
Okay. Now, Gray asked, why is Seth being treated so different? Because of how Chris came on and became so angry and did what you did tonight, Chris. You've done this before. And I think that's why. And Seth didn't. And I think that's the difference.
Right, because I don't feed out of people's hands. I don't feed into what people think. I don't, and then once again, that's the difference.
But how about
I
just
will,
saying thank you to the people that want to help you?
okay, well, that's simple. There's a difference in me saying thank you to everyone, which if you go back and listen to every single interview I have done, I have told everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you have done. There's not enough thank you in this world. We can't begin to describe how much we appreciate it. I have said this.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to one video and show me where I haven't. I've also said that our family prays for everybody else, and we love you all, regardless of what you think. But you know what? Once again,
Yeah. I think when his first interview, you got to admit, his first few interviews were really calm. The one on, can't remember the names of their channels, but like, you know, he was on multiple channels, calmly talking. Both of them were. And yet the public was already angry with him before he became angry on a show, because that was definitely later. You got to admit, like his first 3 or 4, both of them.
And I can tell you why. Because of, he said he hit Sebastian with a belt. That made people angry.
Which interview was that?
It was the very first one I heard. With
Okay.
I can't remember.
Smiley stories.
Yes,
I can try
yes.
to pull up a transcript at some point.
yes, it was on the Smiley story. Yes,
That one.
Okay.
but
Yeah, but
once
I mean,
again,
but here's the thing: there is a perception. See, look at.
There you
When I
go.
was
That's it.
growing up, I just want to say this. When I was growing up, my mom spanked me with a belt, wooden spoon, everything, and she's the greatest mom I've ever. I mean, like, just awesome. I didn't ever feel like it was abuse. Things have changed though over.
Okay, we need to move on from this. Okay, we get the belt stuff. Like I get it, but we got to move on from this. This is how long? Like I get it. Doing that was bad, but that's not. We need to focus on the time that's being spent here. You know, people in the chat right now are contesting with each other with the belt abuse or not. Some people are saying I got hit and I turned out good. Some people are saying he shouldn't have used the belt on an autistic boy. People are gonna have their opinions, guys. Even against me, you can have your opinion. It's opinion for a reason. That doesn't mean make you right. Doesn't make me right. How we all disciplined our way, it's how we were just brought up. We're all different, raised in different households. He just so happened to hit him with a belt. If he has his reasons, that's his opinion. He did it. It already happened. Do I agree with it? No, he's autistic. If he was just a non-autistic boy, then I'd be like, hey, that's your child. Do what you want. But it's not his child either. It's Katie's. So it's like, do we talk to Katie about that? Did Katie give the green light? Does she give these green lights to allow him to hit that boy? You understand what I'm saying, guys? So it's like people are gonna have their opinions on it, guys. They are. You know, it's just this. It is what it is. But we must move on. How come when an adult gets hit with a belt, it's abuse or assault? Why in the world would it be okay for an autistic child to get hit with a belt? Also, the dummy with the hat is annoying me. Netta, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate you, Netta. Yeah, the autistic part. Yeah, I totally understand, Netta, 100%. I totally understand. Dion, whipping your child should never be a form of corporal punishment. I respect your opinion, Dion, 100%. I respect you. I respect your opinion. Thank you, guys. Netta, thank you for the super chat, Netta. I appreciate you. And Dion, thank you, guys. You guys are so nice. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Let's go to Facebook. Gwen with the 100 stars says, we need to get Katie by herself and ask her some questions. I agree. We can ask her some questions. Definitely about Sebastian. I agree. Danielle Williams, the hunch out, says, Chris is aggravating me. If he wasn't there, but Katie was, she should be the interview. I've been saying this from the beginning, Danielle. I have been saying that from the beginning. Trust me, I know. I agree. I agree. Dion Peel with the 200 stars. Thank you so much, Dion. Dion, you're doing both Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. All right, guys. I see people are getting a little heated when it comes to disciplining children. Guys, at the end of the day, you're not right or you're not wrong. It's going to be your opinion on how you discipline your child, okay? I don't want to make this the discipline episode. This is not about that. At the end of the day, your household is your household. You can't tell people what to do with their own kids. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. The only thing we can probably agree on is maybe disciplining a child that's not yours, that's autistic. You see how that stacks? But again, you don't have to respect people's opinions, but that doesn't make you right. Maybe how I would discipline you don't agree on, maybe how your friend, your cousin, maybe you do it or someone in the chat, it still doesn't make you right. You understand? Except for the autistic part, which that may be a public outcry. That's different. You understand?
For time, like nowadays, it's considered abuse, and maybe that sort of is affecting how our society has changed quite a bit. But But the thing is it used to be totally normal, and it is still sort of normal in some families, as long, if you're not sitting there just wailing away for hours, like creating the bruises like Chris was saying. It's just sort of, I think it's sort of normal for a lot of people in society. It might not be for some people, but I think, I don't know. I think if you took a poll and people were off, not in this particular chat right here, it wouldn't be as high as you might think. It's not going to be 99% of the people. It'd be like 50-50 on whether or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a little bit anecdotal.
But once again,
could we talk about the thud that Katie heard?
Yes, that's a good one. Let's talk about the thud. And I apologize. I had your name spelled wrong. Everybody that knows me, Chris, knows I'm the worst speller in the world. And I thought I put Proudfoot, and I didn't.
About spelling.
So I apologize.
I'm not the world's best speller either. So
I do apologize for that, sir.
I put Proud Food one time when I wrote it.
Yeah. So I've been called Bradford, Proud Food, Brownfoot, all kinds of stuff.
So sorry.
I thought I put Proudfoot. Let's talk about the thud. I want to know about that. Chris, please tell us.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Well, tell us the whole story. What did Katie tell you about the thud? What is the story behind that?
If Katie's there, maybe she could tell us.
Does she want to come on?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Because it's like this. People, it's enough as it is. I'm not putting her through this. And I'm sure that right there is going to cause a big stir and say, well, I'm controlling. No, I'm not controlling. I'm a husband who protects his wife.
Well, you will only get polite questions here.
Let's go back to the Sebastian deal.
Okay.
Katie reported she heard a thud. And that's it.
But didn't she
knock her off and go to bed?
I've seen different reports of she heard a thud. She said, I don't know what you're doing in there, but you need to go to bed. I've seen other reports that Sebastian responded back to her. If he did respond back to her, do you know what he said?
Yeah, he replied, yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're clearing things up.
Right.
That's all this is. Let's just clear it up,
There was a noise. Katie heard it. She responded. Sebastian answered.
Okay. And see, people out there, they want to help. And it feels like that you just are like, that pissed you off that we even asked that.
What pisses me off is when the statement is out there. There was a thud. She asked him what, he responded back and moving on.
And around what time was that?
I'm not going to give you details as far as.
Katie gave details, but
well, guess what? That is Katie. I'm not giving you those kind of details.
No, she gave details publicly.
That is fine.
Okay.
Katie can give you that. I am not giving you that information. I will tell you this. It was between the time we were on the phone to the time we got off the phone. That's what I'll give you. That's it.
Has Sebastian ever left the house barefoot that you know of?
Has Sebastian gone outside of the house barefooted? Yes. Before, has he ran off? No.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's how you were asking it.
Wait, whoa. Wait, what?
You know of.
Has Sebastian gone outside of the house barefooted? Yes. Before, has he ran off? No.
Okay.
Damn, that's so important. If I was on that panel, I would have said, was that before or after the ant accident? That's important. Why is no one asking that? You know what, man? I got to do these interviews, honestly, because that's important information. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what we should do. Do you see what I'm talking about now? Do you understand what I'm talking about? This is important information. So he did go outside the house barefoot. That did happen. But now I can't conclude that because I need to ask I wish they would have asked further into that question stating, now, was that before or after the ant accident? Now it's going to be all open in the air to as if we don't know yet because we don't know yet. Just going to be a little bit of opinion. Isn't that right, Jesse, over at YouTube? I can't have opinions, not right, Jesse? Before that, we don't know. See, not you messed up already. You're claiming you know it. You don't know. You're just saying before. We don't know. Somebody in that panel should have said, now, was that before or was that after the ant accident? That is what should have been asked. Because if if Sebastian left barefooted, like he said on the house, he said before, not ran, but this, don't get it confused. He said ran out. There's a difference. If he went out the house barefooted after, come on now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure if that's how you were asking it, but
no, I'm glad
I'm going to answer it.
That's perfect. No, that's great. And again, I swear to you, Chris, we're not trying to be hostile. In fact, I've spoken on this live channel before and said, if Chris ever came here, we would treat him with total respect and honesty. And I really am trying to help because I want people to get behind you and Katie, Chris, because I want people to help find Sebastian. And it's just such a bizarre thing. I mean,
it's a bizarre case. Yes, it very much so is.
And so Sebastian leaves, but he's not on anybody's camera. Is that what the police have said? Or are you allowed to say?
I can't go into details on that, but here's what I will tell you that's public. Our subdivision is very dark.
Mm-hmm.
There's no street lights in the subdivision whatsoever. If you go online, Google it, whatever, you'll see that there's absolutely no street lights in the subdivision. None.
Right.
Is there a possibility that some cameras may not pick up somebody walking in front of them because how dark it is? Yes.
Okay. That would be the only thing that would make sense, really.
Right. So,
well, he even told me, I remember when he told me that, like, even some detectives didn't show up on the cameras.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That makes perfect sense then. Because that's been driving everybody crazy. But if it's so dark.
And I know, and it's hard for it, trust me, for everyone out there that, cameras will pick up and all this. No, I promise you, not all cameras have the best quality as, the stuff that you see on TV and,
mm-hmm.
You see a demo of a camera in a store. It's different when you put it on a house and different elements. So,
Okay, so it was so dark that it is logical to conclude that the cameras that Sebastian would have walked by, did not pick him up.
Mm.
And that's
It's
something that
possibly.
is logical, that people can accept. Absolutely. I think this is a good question. Did Sebastian ever have nightmares? Could he have had one that scared him so badly that he took off? Has he ever had bad nightmares?
He's had sleeping issues. I mean, he doesn't really sleep a lot. That's why he's been, but that's been his whole life. That's not just been like a segment. I'm pretty sure, I believe Seth has even mentioned this before as well. I mean, the only time, like, I've seen a couple times where he slept really well, but I mean, that's when after a hard day of playing.
Really?
If he's helped with outside work,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, he's had issues sleeping.
That's a big help in understanding this. Has he ever done anything like hid under a neighbor's car or anything like that?
Well, I'm going to say we have never seen anything like that. There's
Mm-hmm.
been somebody that has said something to that effect, but I'm not going to sit here and say for a fact, yes, he has.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't have an answer for that.
I got a
How?
question. I got
Wait,
one.
how? Time out. How you don't know that, Chris? Because did Katie not tell you? And the only how can anyone know that then?
That effect, but I'm not going to sit here and say for a fact, yes, he has.
Okay.
Like I said,
But that's something that parents would know. Like he hid behind a car. Okay, that's fine. Okay, hold on real quick. I gotta listen to that one more time. Hold on real quick. Hold on, chat, because that I'm a little confused about. La Boy says no. If I love and miss you. Okay, let's get past that. Do you know how far is Sebastian's room is to his mom? Because if it's far, then that was a loud thud. I think she was in the living room when that happened. She wasn't in her room with the thud. That was when she said that. She said, "You better be in bed, mister." He said, "Yes, ma'am." She was in the living room, I believe, when she heard that loud thud, loud body. But I can get the whole like blueprint of the house. Actually, I can probably pick that up. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the 499 loud body. I appreciate that very, very, very much.
There's been somebody that has said something to that effect, but I'm not going to sit here and say for a fact, yes, he has.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't have an answer for that.
I got a question. I got one for you. Do you think it's possible that he could have left in the evenings on other nights, like at 1 a.m, and came back through the front door and nobody would have known? Like on other, like let's say a dry run, for example. Like he got up in the middle of the night at 1, went out the front door, and then came back in.
Who's this guy on the bottom left? Gray Hughes? Brother, if that's the case, then wouldn't cameras pick that up? I'm a little confused by that. Gray Hughes. That's his name, Hughes? Something like that? I don't know. Let me listen to that question again, because the cameras didn't see it. It was too dark. If it was in the morning, they would have picked him up, the camera, correct?
And nobody would have known. Okay, do you think it's possible that he could have left in the evenings on other nights, like at 1 a.m?
Oh, okay, other time. Okay, he's probably talking about other times. Okay.
And came back through the front door and nobody would have known?
But then wouldn't cameras pick that up? Because his cameras didn't pick it up because it was dark.
Like on other, like let's say a dry run, for example. Like he got up in the middle of the night at 1, went out the front door, and then came back in, and nobody.
He's probably saying that other times that he probably came back in, they didn't know.
But he would have known, right? Because you don't have a camera, and he knows.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that Katie is aware of.
I see what he's talking about.
I mean, I will say this, and this is for the record. I'm not going to tell you what he does and doesn't do at his father's house. Those are two separate households.
Okay.
Sebastian is one way at our house. He's a different way at his father's house.
Okay.
That is something that we've all had mutual respect on.
Mm-hmm.
All the parents together.
Can you answer, was he planning to go live with Seth?
Yes.
Okay. And was he excited about it?
No.
Okay.
At one point he was, but no.
Do you know why he changed, why he wasn't excited?
Yes, because he was informed that he will be doing online schooling vice in-person school.
Okay. Was there a reason for that?
That's personal matters of my
Okay.
family that will not be discussed with anybody.
Understood. And I respect that. Thank you. He was on medication. Did he get his medication changed recently?
When you say recently, can you define recently?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe within the last few months. I'm trying to think of something that maybe would have changed his behavior for some reason.
It's really hard to say yes or no to that, just
Mhm.
because he goes and sees his doctors, and then in there they will talk about his medication and things if they want to change or if it needs to change.
Right.
But I mean, as far as I know, I'm not, I didn't see any difference, but.
And is it, and again, this is just something that people want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Is it common for you and Katie to talk as long as you did that night?
Sure.
Okay. Seth is here. I've asked him to join us. Insightful One, if Seth jumps on, can you please put him on the screen, because I can't because of my computer.
Right. I got it.
Thank you.
Have you guys
Eric?
seen the dog scent track? That because you actually showed it to me, right? Remember on the map, Chris? I don't know if you're interested in. It was kind of an interesting route up a street.
Well, and are you referring to the like day 1 through 4 dog tracks? Because some of those are maybe
well, he
not
had like a dog scent outside the front door and
Yeah.
sort of around by where the fixed light was on the flashlight, and then north, and then around to like a retention pond, something like that. Just short of it.
Stacy, I believe Seth is here.
Yeah, I got it.
Seth, I am so glad that you are here, my dear. Thank you very much. Seth, what would you like to say now?
I got a few questions to ask Chris.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You can,
Oh,
yes,
I can
he can
hear
hear you.
Hey, Chris. So why
Yes.
is it that you texted me the other day about something I'd already sent Katie an email?
Say it. All right. Say it one more time. All I heard was something about an email sent.
Why did you text me about an email I sent on Monday to Katie?
Because I didn't see the information in what you're referring to as Tony Mathis's phone number. I didn't see it, so that's why I asked for it.
I mean, come on, Chris. If we're going to work together, more than a week communication between the
Seth?
people that I'm sending stuff to you and Katie.
Okay, so hear me out.
Proper.
I told you. I told you.
Okay.
I told
Let's
you,
not come
Seth,
in
that
too
we
hot,
will work
okay?
together.
All right.
I explained to you that I'm willing to work with you. You asked me some questions in regard to this dog handler. You asked me questions in regards to going on a social media platform. You've asked me questions about hiring a PR person that will speak for all of us and keep everybody off of these platforms. That's what you asked. Now, if you think I'm not going to do my homework and dig into people and find out who they are first, you're crazy. Because I would expect you to do the exact same thing if I gave you a name.
I don't know what's going on, but did that solve it, I hope?
Oh,
Seth?
is Seth gone? It looked like he
Uh-oh. I think, wait, is this Seth? Did Seth jump off? Let's see. We've got me, Stacy.
Yeah. How about
It looked like he fell
I'll
off.
get off the panel. I'm sure that'll make a lot of people in the chat happy. But I just
Oh,
wanted
stop it.
I just wanted to say that, you know, I understand what I've seen from the beginning is that there was sides chosen. Now I know you said because of this and because of that, but it was Seth good, Proudfoot's bad, and everybody has been in those camps, and they never really got a chance to breathe, and that's probably why Katie went to be with him, because she probably was scared to stay at home by herself, given these lunatics like JLR and et cetera running around, chanting and screaming. It's insane.
Oh, I agree. It's horrible.
That's what I think.
Whoa! go back. What did he just say? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. I know I'm not bugging. Hold on. Wait, let me go back one more time.
But it was Seth good, Proudfoot's bad, and everybody has been in those camps, and they never really got a chance to breathe, and that's probably why Katie went to be with him, because she probably was scared to stay at home by herself, given these lunatics like JLR, et cetera, running around, chanting and screaming. It's insane.
Oh, I agree. It's horrible.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it should not be that way.
That's just kind of where I'm coming from. I appreciate communicating with him. We've had nothing but good conversations, and that's it. I mean, that's all I can do. And I've never seen anything that made me go, God, ooh, that's, it's weird. I mean, I don't know. I watched the same things you guys have. But anyways, see you later, guys out there.
Okay. See ya.
Take care, Gray.
Bye, Gray.
See.
Does anybody know where Seth went?
I'm working on it.
Okay, thanks.
I do know. I think up in his area, he doesn't have like the greatest signal, because a lot of times when we talk, his phone he will drop.
Do you want to ask him if he wants to call me rather than go on the internet? Just call me on the phone, and I can put him on, and to be a really, really strong signal. I mean, it'll sound really good.
Well, I think it's just like his cell signal up there is not the greatest.
Oh, it's his cell. Okay.
Yeah.
But if he wants to,
I mean, if he's on his cell phone, let me.
Heather, if you want to give him my number, and Chloe has it, feel free, and he can. If it's better for him to call me rather than to jump online,
I'm texting him.
Okay, we can do that. So
I'm gonna pause it just here before they get Seth back on. I think they're gonna get Seth back on. I know people are asking me what. I'm not gonna tell you why I'm surprised. People will know. I'm surprised he said it. That guy, Hughes, whatever. I'm surprised he said it. I don't have beef with nobody, no YouTuber. I don't want no beef. It ain't my beef. If you have beef with me, that's your problem. But I didn't know that the thing would. Never mind. Seth's about to come in. I am taking phone. Yes, I am taking phone calls. Members who got that crown on YouTube or that heart on Facebook. The phone number's pinned. Just text your name. I'll give you a call. I'll let you know when I take phone calls. Labori with the 199 says, "Don't call Labori. Call me Abby," in Trump's voice. What's up, Abby? How you doing? Thank you for the 199. I appreciate you, Abby. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
hey guys, I don't want to talk about other creators in chat, so let's not do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
Hey, same rule applies to me. I've been saying this for years. Learn my lesson. I definitely don't talk about other podcasters or creators. I don't. Now you know why. Because I ain't trying to get no beef. Because if I got beef, I don't want to be the one to finish it. I ain't with that. So I'm here to just talk about true crime and to talk about Sebastian Rogers. I ain't here to talk about any other person. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to stick to the subject.
yeah, let's just. I mean, I don't want to give them any.
Right. So let's get to our next question.
Okay. Next question. Let me take a look at my notes. Yeah, because I just wrote some things down. Have you had? And I may have asked this and I forgot, Chris. My mind is sometimes mush. Have you had search dogs inside the house and outside?
Yes, ma'am, I have. Yes, I sure have.
And what did the dogs hit outside?
So, as you know, if anybody has followed Mr. Gray's, what he was talking about, the dog and the trail and the scent and the overlay on the picture. So, there anywhere from 13 to 18 different dogs have been involved in this search.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on day one, there was 5 dogs. 5. There's an audio dispatch tape that's been released. I don't know who released it.
Correct.
Whatever, I don't have it, but you'd have to dig it and find it.
That they got a hit?
In that audio tape, you actually hear that the deputy sheriff does state that the dog hints toward a scent. And
Correct.
Takes over off to the retention pond and the construction site next door.
Okay.
Now,
Correct.
Other dogs did the exact same thing. Now, am I going to say every single dog? No, but I do know of at least 3 dogs that went on the same scent trail, same path. The rest of the dogs, I'm not going to tell you that they are 100% honest and perfect and accurate, because
Sure.
honestly, dogs are only probably 25% reliable when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to a scent.
Okay.
Now, 8 days, I've had dogs in my house the first 8 days. In my house, outside my house, around my house, around the
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna clear the air for a second. That's actually incorrect information. Depending on the dog, dogs are not 20% reliable, or whatever you want to call it. They are between 70 to 95% correct. So that's why when I heard about the scent being hit by the pond, I'm like, they need to go back to that pond. They need to go to different ponds, because if that trail led to one water and he's not in that pond, look at other ponds. So I don't know where Chris got that information. Dogs that look for scents are at their, hey, how about this? I break this down for you. And you want to Google it, do your research. I would rely on a bloodhound more than a lie detector test. How about that? Cool?
So they've been there, and yeah, so they did, you're saying they did hit and they all went to that pond.
No, I
No?
didn't say all of that. I just told you I've had 13 to 18 dogs in my house and around my house.
Mm-hmm.
I told you 3 different dogs hit on the same path that go to that retention pond.
Right.
I'm
That's
not
what I
going to
meant.
say that every other dog.
Not every dog, but some dogs hit. Okay.
Right. So, but I want this to be crystal clear.
Okay.
So when people say every dog, that is not the case. 3 dogs went on the same path.
Okay.
That is all that we have on that. The rest of these dogs go in different directions, but it's all unreliable.
Understood. We do have a question from Michelle. Chris, was Ellie able to go in and search the cave they said had collapsed about 10 feet in? I haven't heard this.
Okay, so Ken Widener is the EMA director for Sumner County. They called in all kinds of stuff, got layouts of where these caves were. I don't believe, and I'm not telling you by the gospel,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe they were able to get into certain caves because they were not safe to enter.
Okay.
The one that she is referring to that collapsed, honestly, we know that the one collapsed, but we don't believe they had anything to it.
Got it. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get my notes. I was taking notes while we were talking. Let's see here. Hold on. So people have been asking, and I don't mean to sound insulting, but people are asking, are you searching? Are you putting up flyers? That's what they're
Yes,
asking.
we are.
Okay.
Yes, and here's why they're asking that question. No, you're not going to find pictures of us out there doing this, because it's real simple. We, all 3 parents.
Somebody just posted something. They said, no, look at this person's post. So I missed it, but someone says that they have a lead. You can send it to my DM on Facebook, or you can post it on Discord. That's the best way to get to me, to look at it. Primarily Facebook, because I get messages. I get a lot of them every day. And if you have a lead, Novestity over at Facebook. I have over 100,000 followers. You can't miss me. Give me the lead. I can show you guys right now. If you want to give me the lead right now, give it to me. I'll post it right now. I want to help this kid as best as I can. You said you have a lead? Send it to me. Or you can send it to my mods.
Initially were told in the beginning not to go out and search, that we needed to be available to talk to law enforcement.
Right.
Yeah.
Seth has been out there searching and doing his thing. He's had a bunch of people following him. Whether or not he chose that, or these people decided to do it on their own accord, that's not for me to say. But we, Katie and I, are not going to have some big, massive search party following us around with a bunch of people that are already threatened death threats, by the way, to us. You know, I'm not doing that. If you were in my shoes, you'd do the same thing. You listen to law enforcement. You do what they tell you to do. Yes, we're out there putting up signs. Yes, we're out there putting up flyers. Yes, we are searching.
Chris, I'm sorry. Did you just say you guys are getting death threats?
Yes, we've been getting death threats.
Wow.
And they have been reported to the TBI. Everything gets forwarded, screenshot, and sent straight to them.
Okay. So let me stop this here. Please, guys, I hope that you want any people from where I'm at, please don't do that. That's a whole different ball game. Speaking of ball games, shout out to the Yankee, 15-5. You don't send death threats. And let me tell you why. Number one, be better. Number two, you wishing someone to be unalived when this is still an open investigation. People think that Katie did it, Chris did it, somebody did it. But what if it turns out at the very end you were wrong? You look pretty dumb, right? Be very careful what you do now. Remember, don't get your feelings involved. Use this. Last thing, you sending death threats, that's a crime. You just committed a crime. He took screenshots and sent it in. Those people are going to get arrested. Wasted your time. And then what if you find, you know what I'm saying? So don't, that's one thing where if you have an opinion, thinking that they have something to do with it, which is fine. It's your freedom of speech. But wishing death upon, come on now. Let's not do that. Melly says, in my opinion, dogs are more reliable than polygraphs. Yes, that is what I said. Yes. Yes, Melly. Yes. Thank you, Melly, for the 2 super chat. I appreciate you, Melly. Melly on her roll again. Thank you, Melly.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, everyone. I have Seth on my phone, on my JBL speaker. Seth, I want to give you a chance to talk uninterrupted. So please, go ahead.
All right. Mainly, Chris, the communication needs to be a little bit more prompt. If I send you an email on Monday and Tuesday, I'm not willing to wait a week to get a response back. I mean, that's unacceptable when we're trying to find Sebastian, buddy.
I understand what you're saying. I respect that. But when it comes to you asking people to come into my house on my property, who I don't know Adam from Eve, and I really don't care what certification, who can vouch for these people, I don't care. I'm going to do exactly what I have always been doing. You send that to me,
Okay, well,
we're going to review it, and then we're going to send it to
I'm
law
going to interrupt you,
enforcement.
Chris.
Let law enforcement go that route,
The
and then when law
spokesperson
enforcement comes,
for us
Hold
doesn't
on.
need to be on your property.
Hold
see,
on,
this
Chris.
is
Chris, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Seth, what did you say?
I said the person to be our spokesman to speak for all three of us doesn't need to be on your property.
Okay,
But
Chris.
yeah,
you're
you
correct.
haven't
You are
spoken
very correct.
to him.
I have spoken to him.
When?
And I'm going to make this public. I am back working, and I have work hours. I also have to sleep. And unfortunately, I'm on the opposite schedule of you. So respect that. I will do what I
When did
can
you speak
as
with
I
him,
can
Chris?
when I can.
I'm sorry, Seth, go ahead.
When did you speak with him, Chris?
What has that got to do with finding Sebastian?
If he's going to be our spokesperson, I was just asking when you spoke with him.
I haven't come up with an answer yet. We've spoke with him. We told him we'll get back with him after we've done some consideration and talk with law enforcement. We'll get back to him, and we'll let him know our decision.
So,
I know you're on board with that. I do. I mean, I know you're 1,000% on board with Mr. Mathis. I got that. I'm not taking that away from you.
So, Chris, I understand like every marriage is different, and husband-wife aspect. You seem very protective of Katie and her having conversations with or without you. But like I said before you came on, I do believe that Katie is the one who, and I'm not saying it's because she knows what happened to Sebastian, but she was the last person that was with him. And so she does hold the most information, at least up until the point that he went missing.
What information do you think she holds?
Well, I'm going to get to that.
Well, then do me a favor. Let's just get to it.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. Whoa. What the hell is... Yo, not on my well, that's not her show, but yo, what is going on? Okay. All right. Let's hold on. I'm gonna do the confuse on why he. All right. Let's continue this. Let's continue. Facebook, we have 71 shares, guys. Can we just get 20 more? I would appreciate that. Hit that like, hit that share button for me. YouTube, rocking with the likes. YouTube, we hit 400 likes. Shout out to YouTube in the chat.
Don't pour gravy on the mashed potatoes. Just serve the stuff up.
Chris, I'm really trying to be respectful, and this is a very
I am too. So please just get to it.
Okay.
No,
so
you're
we would
interrupting.
really love to hear from Katie about his body language that day. We've heard from others who are not necessarily good sources about his body language at the bowling alley and his body language here and there. And so we're just really trying to pick up on Sebastian's mood, because it could help us understand what led to him walking away off the front porch out the front door.
Well, that is something that if she decides to answer, that's on her. But what I know is, even on video, Sebastian was having a great day. He was in a great mood. He got to go to BJ's. He had a colossal popcorn. He hung out with family. He went and played video games at Strike and Spare. After that, he went and had dinner at Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse. He ate his whole meal. I mean, everything in the video, even the videos that Seth has seen, he doesn't show any negative signs of he's upset or anything like that. As far as we all know, Sebastian had a great day.
No, I mean, it sounds like a really great day. I mean, they did a lot. I was just curious, and like I said, I mean, every relationship is different, and you're protective of Katie and who she communicates without you. And I think that has, I think that has been a little bit difficult.
But right, hold on a second. But for the record, Katie can speak when she so chooses, and she's done interviews without me.
No, I'm not talking about interviews.
But she spoke without me.
Okay.
I want to clear up something that Chris said about Sebastian going to live with Seth. And Chris, you may ask, what does this have to do with Sebastian missing? It's all part of the narrative. It could mean he ran away. And that is, Chris, did you not say that he was not looking forward to going to live with his father?
Yes, I did state that.
Seth, did you know this?
Nope.
Chris, do you want to elaborate?
And I'll tell you why.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will be glad to elaborate.
Become a question.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. I'm sorry, Seth. Start over. And then Chris, we'll go to you. Seth, go ahead.
But I know why I was putting him in online school. He needed his therapy to actually have been started with ABA, so on and so forth, before I put him back into the situation, because he's not ready for certain things.
Okay. So he was going to go.
I'm not going to set my son up for failure. I want my son to succeed.
He was going to homeschool until he was ready to go back to regular school. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. And it's not really homeschool. I mean, it's just online school.
Okay. Online, right. Online school. That's a better term. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said
Through
homeschool.
school.
Right. Online
Yeah.
school. Totally different.
Really quick, Chris, the day that they had on Sunday with the spaghetti pancakes and bragging to family and BJ's and Texas Roadhouse and bowling and all of these, like, it sounds like the best day ever. Was that like a normal weekend for them, or was it like, it just, I don't know, was that like their normal weekend?
Right. Well, do me a favor. Let's pause that question because you just diverted away from what she asked, and let's clear this out.
Okay. Go ahead.
We
Chris.
want the facts. Let's get the facts straight.
Okay.
So yes, I did tell you Sebastian was not excited about going to his father's house because online school.
Online
Seth
school.
was aware of this because Seth stood in my house with me, Katie, and Sebastian in my kitchen and had this conversation where Seth asked his son about, you don't want to go to online school? And Sebastian's retort was, no, I don't. But
Okay.
I don't really care about playing tit for tat. I understand that this may be a reason why he wanted to run away, so to speak, if that's the case.
Right.
But we're not going into this. We're not going to play this tit for tat on social media. We're not doing this.
Okay. Seth, go ahead.
Chris, unbeknownst to you, had already talked to Sebastian. He knew this wouldn't be a permanent thing. And me and him had already spoke.
Well, that right there is a conversation you should have had with Katie and myself about what your plans were.
I'm sorry, do you want?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
What Seth was saying is that if I had known the conversation that him and Sebastian had, then I would know the whole thing. But the downside is that's where Seth should have had that same conversation with me and Katie, and that didn't happen. But this goes right back to, here's the thing. If you're saying that because he didn't want to go live with his dad, he potentially ran away, is that a possibility? Sure, we'll put that out there.
Okay.
But quite honestly, what goes on between Seth, me, his mom, and our households is none of the public's business. If it had something to do with his disappearance, I would understand that, but it doesn't.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I understand that. That's why we're making this clear.
And that's
Right.
why I asked about his day, because I
Let's
didn't
go back
know.
to the day. Okay, go ahead, my dear.
No, okay. So, Chris, you don't know me very well. I have 2 decades of experience working with autistic children in different capacities. So I do understand they are all different. I do understand that day may have been very overstimulating for him. So that's why I was asking if that was a normal day for him. And if it wasn't, that just gives me more information that maybe he was very overstimulated that day.
Chris?
So, all right, so one more time, I'm so sorry.
I was just saying, in my experience with autistic children, obviously they're all different. But if this was not a normal day for Sebastian on Sunday when he went and did all of these things, and it sounds like he was gone from home for a while, if this wasn't a normal day for him, would this have been an overstimulating day for him? Is this something normal? Does he normally go to BJ's and bowling and all of these things on a weekend, or was this kind of like a special thing? And if it was a special thing, what caused it to be special? Was there an occasion?
If it was a special thing, a mother and a son bonding and just having a good time.
I'm not being ugly at all.
I'm not. I'm making the statement.
Is this a normal day for them on a weekend? For them to do
our days fluctuate. Monday through Friday, we're a working family, just like everybody else out there. And when the weekend comes, that's when you get a lot of stuff done. You go a lot of places, you do a lot of things. And a lot of times that's where, you go and spend time with your kids and do extra things. Sebastian's not in sports like most kids. So we don't spend ball time at the ballpark. You know, when Seth has Sebastian on the weekends, he goes and does fishing and things like that with Sebastian just as well. I mean, Seth works long hours. I work long hours.
And I'm not
I
saying
mean,
any
so
of that is
you got to,
suspicious at all, Chris. I'm just asking if that was normal. Because if it wasn't normal and he was overstimulated, that could be a reason for him to have ran out of the house.
no, he was
Okay.
not overstimulated.
Okay. So that wasn't one of the possible reasons for him to leave.
Here's what I'll say. Everything is on the table. Nothing has been taken off the table. Period. That's the same statement law enforcement has made. That's the same statement I'm going to tell you
So
every
there's a
single day in and day
possibility
out.
Katie gave my son to your mother and father. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Say it one more time.
Do you not want to say that? Well, we can move on. So
No. I want to hear it.
Whoa.
There's a rumor out there, Chris,
That
that your mom and your dad have Sebastian. It's been brought up to me.
Seth, you know darn good and well you got a question about my
I'm just
brother.
asking.
You pick up the
Did they
phone
take him
and you
somewhere
call.
to like a boot camp or anything like that? And Katie just thought I wouldn't accept it.
I don't think
Hold
Seth
on.
is being accusatory. I think he's just trying to clear up a bunch of BS that's been online.
Right, and I'm trying, and I'm telling you, if he's had this suspicion, he's got my mother's phone number. He can pick up the phone and call her. She is not afraid to
No,
answer any
Chris, I'm not
questions.
saying you. I don't want to talk to your mom. I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to Katie.
Well, it's real
And I'm
simple,
just
Seth.
asking to put it to the rest.
You have seen the video footage of
I
Seth
haven't.
on Sunday. Don't tell me you hadn't. I know you have. You sat in the room
No, I
with
haven't.
all the agents.
No, they didn't show me the video footage, buddy.
So you didn't see, you weren't sitting in a room
Wait a
with
minute.
law enforcement, the district attorney, when they showed you a video, when you wanted proof of life, saying that you hadn't seen proof since Friday.
That
When
was
you've been at my house the first 3 damn days.
Sunday, buddy.
Chris, let Seth speak. Go ahead, Seth.
Chris, they showed me video proof of him coming out of Texas
Damn.
Roadhouse on Sunday.
On a Sunday
I-
night. You damn right.
Just, Chris,
Seth, I got a problem with you sitting here making these accusations. Because
was-
if you got a problem with them,
they all over
guess
the
what?
internet. Let's squash it.
I think we're just trying to talk things out, and I don't even know if this should be public, honestly.
Same.
Okay, here's all the public knowledge you need.
You still got the podcast, well, your show running. If you think you shouldn't, you should have ended there. That did got confrontational, but what the heck was that? Chat, y'all was not lying. I did not expect this kind of back and forth. I got to be careful with my words here. This is, I don't know what to comment. I don't know what to say about this. It's not what I expected. It's a little heated in here. I can see that Chris is a little uproar. Netta with the super chat. Jesus Christ, Netta. You and your yellows. She said, what does him working have to do with finding Sebastian? No time on when he spoke with the dude, just stutters. He seems to get angry to frighten people to talk. Kind of like what's happening now, Netta? Is like what you mean? I know you sent this like 10 minutes ago, but I'm catching up, Netta. Netta, thank you for the super chat. I see that he's defending Katie like a lot. A lot. I see that. I just wish Katie was here, you know what I mean? Like, because the person who was there, who was responsible for a child, isn't here. That's who should have been there. Netta, thank you for the super chat. Kim with the 5 says, this podcast is the exact representation of this entire case. So messy. Again, Kim is not talking about my podcast. She's talking about the video, the panel. It's okay. And yes, thank you, Netta. You always understanding. I appreciate you, Netta. Ain't nothing better.
Beat on this deal. Law enforcement has talked to my parents, my whole family. Once again, the statement is true, what law enforcement says. Just because you hear a rumor doesn't make it true.
Chris,
I
what I
don't
want
think
to
he
do is
said
I
it
want
was
to walk
true. I
away.
think he's just trying to clarify.
He said
That's not clarifying. No, stop sitting here trying to defend his actions. Stop.
Damn.
Okay.
The fact is, Chris, is I'm trying to squash the rumor. We're both here squashing the rumor.
Seth, there is no rumor. You know my parents were not with Katie on
Squash the rumor.
Sunday.
That's all I'm doing, Chris.
No, you're causing a problem because you know damn good and well where my parents were at their house on Sunday night. They weren't near Katie. They weren't near Sebastian. And if you got a problem, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call her. Be an adult. Be a responsible adult. And just call her.
Chris,
What the hell?
can you hear me, Chris?
Oh, I can hear you.
Because all I'm hearing is anger and attitude from you. What I'm trying
And you
to
should,
do
Seth. You
is
should.
identify-
Because what you're doing is bullshit and you know it.
Okay, stop.
Okay,
People
all
are
right,
talking
enough.
over each other.
Enough.
Seth, go, and then Chris, go. Please, Seth, and then Chris. Thank you.
Chris, a unified front squashes rumors together. That's all I am stating.
Okay, Chris.
This is a rumor floating around, and I would like us to squash it.
Yeah, I think that is a great rumor to try to squash. That one's on Facebook, and the rumor is actually that
Damn.
about your mom, her car being parked at like Worsham's and him getting
Okay, so here's the
Chris,
answer. The final answer to
It's
this.
not just an
Just
online
finish
rumor
one.
because people have driven up to me and personally spoken
Oh, yeah.
about this.
Okay,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, can I make the statement?
I wish
This is very simple. This conversation has nothing to do on social media. You want to have this conversation, Seth? You call me, you get Heather, you get Chloe on the phone.
that's
Hell,
fine.
I'll do you one better, and
Right.
I will get Bobby and Carter on the phone, and we'll all sit down and have this little fucking powwow.
Damn. What the hell?
We're not going to have a powwow like that, but I would
Well, then guess what?
this situation, and I would love for it to be private because I believe a lot of what is happening right now should not be public.
I
So
agree.
explain to me why you don't want Bobby and Carter involved.
I didn't say I didn't want Bobby and Carter involved. I
Yeah.
said I was referring to your tone, which is very angry.
Oh, I'm very pissed.
I know that. I think we just all need to take a breath because no one is accusing anyone of anything. We are trying to dispel
So
things
this is a
because in
rumor.
turn, dispelling these things will
You're
take
so full of
some
shit.
of the BS off of you.
Whoa. That was uncalled for. And Chris, I mean, I do understand your anger, but I know these ladies. I don't know Seth. I just know what I've seen. But these ladies are not full of shit.
I didn't say they're full of shit. I was referring to Seth being full of shit with his comment.
Well, that doesn't help matters.
No, it doesn't. So when you brought him on the show and he wants to start this shit, that isn't going to answer questions. It's going to spiral into the shit that's in. So we can set this shit aside and answer the questions that you got.
Okay. I would like to move on very quickly, but I will say the public opinion is
Damn.
not going to improve unless we can take a deep breath.
That's exactly right.
And I
And-
know you are frustrated.
You have no idea what
I'm
I
not
am.
saying I know
You
how
don't.
frustrated you are, but I know you are frustrated. And I am not saying that's not valid, but this is not helping.
If it's
And-
not helping, then you shouldn't be talking about it on social media.
But
I'm
here's
trying
As
to
a PI, you should have said, you know what, we're not going to answer that question. We're going to do that privately. That's where that should
I
have
did
went.
say that actually several times.
You
And
did.
you can listen to that
Yeah.
recording later.
So let's move on to the next question.
I just got to say one thing. You want the public's help. You want them
We need
to be
them.
behind both of you.
Yeah, we
And
need them to find Sebastian.
Exactly. And it's a very good chance that somebody in the public will find
that's
him.
my biggest frustration is that we all collectively have to deal with all of this instead of focusing on Sebastian.
Right. And it's a disadvantage to Sebastian. Really, it's sad because we're not any closer to finding him as long as we're all arguing like this.
Yeah. And mods in chat, you're removing these comments, I hope, because I've been removing some too. And we've got extra people, extra mods in chat. Anything rude that said, they're banned, they're gone.
That is not on my podcast. That is not on my podcast. Everybody has freedom of speech. You can say what you like, but just don't state false information. And just enjoy the show. I don't know. I have my chat is 18 plus. You have the freedom of speech. Mine is different than what you're watching on that channel. I respect her, but mine, that doesn't go for my chat. I have to clear it up. Guys, if you're watching, my name is Nove. Welcome to Novest City. I would appreciate that very much. If you hit that like, hit the share. Oh my God, Facebook, we are just 15 shares away. Facebook, do your thing. You already know Facebook. YouTube, hit that like button. Hit the follow button. Consider subscribing. That just means follow. Hit the subscribe button over at YouTube if you have not. Hit the follow button. I would appreciate that. Let's continue, okay? We're talking about the Sebastian Rogers case, but now we're talking about the Chris Proudfoot case. This is getting a little wild. Right now I have no comments. I'm going to save it for a reason. That's why I'm quiet, okay?
Okay. So we'll get them out there as quickly as possible. And let me go through chat really quickly here to get some more questions here. You've been on here for many hours, and I so appreciate this. I really, really do. So,
Can Chris hear me?
Yes, he can.
Can you? Well, you can't throw us in a back room so me and him can talk real quick.
I wish I could. I wish I had that ability, but I don't. I can take you both off, and you can call him. Do you want to do that?
Let's finish this first, and we'll do that after the fact. Let's get these questions out of the way.
Chris, listen, you may not like my opinion, but when we got rumors out there, when you and I squash these rumors, then they stop being rumors and everybody just looks at the people who are spreading them like they are shit. I was not trying to upset you. I'm trying to squash these stupid rumors that are literally filling up my privatized email address, their inbox with crap. Which is crap. It's not helping find Sebastian, so if it gets squashed, then people will stop. Not everybody. Lord knows there's still going to be stupid people out there. But it will stop. It will, I mean, literally, it will stop.
My retort is real simple, Seth.
I want is to find Sebastian, Chris. And there are rumors out there that we have to put an end to. You may not like them, but we have to put them into them publicly. Because right here, we can end rumors. So people know when I told them to fuck off, if they didn't like it, they know that I meant fuck off because they don't like it.
So stop right there, Seth. Stop. Let me help you with something real quick. You want rumors to die? You want to stop with all the stuff that's coming up and flooding these PI's inbox? How many terabytes do you want of videos where you have gone out there and you've said some very harsh things that should never have come out? You never should have. And now don't take this the wrong way. That is a conversation for later.
Here to swing mud.
Let me finish.
There are things that I put out there.
Once again, you can't talk to a fucking log.
Whoa.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Chris,
So
Let me finish.
Chris, that's not productive.
It's not. So let me finish.
Damn.
You all are playing one-sided here.
no, we're not.
I don't think that's fair.
So then tell Seth when I'm talking, let me finish.
Okay, Seth,
Okay.
let him finish.
Yes, Seth, please let him finish.
There's conversations you've had that should have never been out in the public light, and you know it. And because you did that, it started a lot of rumors. Own it, accept it, and move on from it.
What the fuck
I
is
told
going
you
on?
on Sunday, I supported you. I would be there for you no matter what, how ugly this got. But I'm not going to stand by and watch you disrespect me, my family, my wife, or anybody for that matter. A lot of rumors got started because you went on social media and you opened your mouth and said some things you shouldn't have said. Accept it. I'll show you the videos.
You don't need to show
Now,
me the videos.
Now, in hindsight, that is a conversation you and I need to have offline, away from everybody else, in our own private conversation. You and I, we sit down and we can talk. Literally, Lise, you had people watch us doing it Sunday at that vigil.
Well,
They were snapping pictures because they were trying to get some juicy information.
Trish,
So let's answer.
can we move on to the question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's. There's a question here in chat, and I've heard this. And Chris, this is a good one I'd like to clear up.
Okay.
Is it true that Chris told Seth, "You will find your son at church"?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's
what he stated was if I went to church, maybe I'd find my son.
So in other words, if you went to church and talked to the Lord, is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Wow, these rumors are wild. Actually, these rumors, people are like, be careful what you get your information from. Because I'm not gonna lie, I heard about that rumor, man, and I'm like, what? But now that he just said no, that's bullcrap, and Seth said no, that is bullcrap. That's wild. So that was never true.
Yes, that is what the whole conversation in reference was.
I have a question for
you go to a church and you'll find it. Who's
Hold
coming
on,
up with that
Seth.
crap?
I'm sorry, Chris, finish. I'm sorry.
I'm talking because why? I understand. I see where people got that.
Right.
But that is a conversation that Seth and I had privately. I'm sorry, but we're not going to sit here and drag certain things into this. It has nothing to do with it. I told Seth, basically we should all go to church. We should pray. That's exactly what it was in reference to.
Understood. Seth, go ahead. It's your turn now.
There's a better way to have said it, Chris.
Okay, and that's semantics.
For you to think that I don't go to church.
Seth, I didn't say anything about you not going to church or going to church. Can we go to the next question?
Sebastian?
No, it's not. Can we move to the next question?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. How about this? Because you guys have been on here for almost 3 hours, and I really appreciate it. And I do think Chris and Seth need to talk off air. Let's talk about what we do know. We do know, and this is how we started out the live stream. We do know that Sebastian was last seen publicly at Texas Roadhouse on Sunday. We know he was seen on camera taking out the garbage at some point. We know that there is a possibility that the cameras did not pick up Seth leaving the house because it was so dark.
Sebastian.
I'm sorry. What did I say? I'm sorry.
You said
Seth. Seth. I'm sorry. You're not missing Seth. You're right here. Sebastian.
I'd like to be missing.
Yeah, I understand. I hear you. Sebastian was not seen. A possibility that Sebastian was not seen leaving the house because it was too dark. Okay. There were certain scent dogs that hit on Sebastian. There were 3 of them that went down to the retaining pond. According to Chloe, that retaining pond has been searched.
It was actually been drained and it has been walked and searched.
Okay, so that's good. I think that's what we know about that night and the hours before he went missing. I think that's all we know for certain. Now, I want to ask all of you, what is the next step? Chloe and Heather, I'll go to you two first, and then I'll go to the the two gentlemen.
I'm sorry, my dog was barking. What did you say?
That's okay. I said, what is the next step? What is the next step for you? What is the next step for the public? What would you like us to do? What do you think you guys are going to do?
Well, for us right now, we are really focused on getting Q in. Chloe and I are working on a report and some maps to try to give them an idea of areas that need to be searched or researched. And I think really the next big step is getting us all on the same page and working together.
Mm-hmm.
And even though this is a mess right now, I think this is a huge step in that direction. And I'm hoping that, as I said, Chris had called me earlier and just right before the show started, and I messaged Chloe and was kind of talking to her about what you guys were going to talk about, because I wanted to, some of the things that he cleared up with me, I wanted to make sure she was aware of.
Mm-hmm.
But, reaching out to me and then reaching out to you guys on the podcast tonight, I think it's a huge step in the right direction. He's angry, but once we get past that, I think maybe we can all work together and start putting our heads together on where we need to look for Sebastian.
Thank you. Very good. Chris, what would you like to see us do? What do you think?
At this point, keep spreading the flyers, keep keeping his name out there in of good graces, not of in a negative light.
Thank
Spread
you.
the words. If you know something, say something. Don't wait 2 weeks. Don't wait 3 weeks. I
Right.
told Heather the same thing. There's so many tips that come in weeks later instead of the moment that they come in. When you get these tips, you call 911, you call TBI, you don't call these PIs, you don't call Seth, you don't call us, you just call the law enforcement agency. Keep spreading the flyers, spreading the word, prayers. Trust me, keep the prayer warriors out there. We need them.
Thank
I agree. And I think, because of all of the noise, people have not been reminded to continuously search their properties. And like I said before, everybody else came on here. There's a lot of really large properties in the area, and the terrain is treacherous in a lot of areas. And things get missed. So I think it's important to center it back to the local level, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
because this has become national, and nationally people are giving their opinions. We need the community to come back together and search their acres and acres of property.
All right, guys. I'm about to take phone calls in 2 minutes. Again, do me a favor, just text your name. Members only, sorry. Please tell me if you're a member in the comments. You won't be called. Just for tonight, I'm doing it for members only. And I got a video to watch with you guys. Taking calls in just 2 minutes from now.
Because I
Text your
believe
name
he
again,
could be very
please.
close to home.
Mm-hmm. There you
Now, I
go.
will say this much, that everything she said is exactly the same thing law enforcement's been pushing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not comfortable searching, call law enforcement. They, I'm sure, can work in getting a team out there to search the property. Please, everybody that's searching, do not. I can't stress this enough. Please do not just walk on private property without having prior permission. Please.
By the way, there's comments in chat and we're removing them. Chris has been searching. Okay. He has been searching. Just because you don't see him searching, because you personally don't see him, doesn't mean he's not searching. So that needs to stop. Okay. That needs to stop right now. And Seth, what do you feel the final word should be?
I need people to keep the faith. I need people to keep faith that we will find Sebastian. I don't know. I don't know what people's mindset are right now, but it doesn't need to be about me. It doesn't need to be about Chris. needs to be about Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian is the goal. Sebastian is what is lost. Sebastian is what needs to be found.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just remember, he's here for me.
I am so sorry.
My son is missing. I need people to continue with the flyers, as Chris said.
Mm-hmm.
PBI has already stated that most of their tips do come in from flyers. I have
Okay.
I have 100% faith that the humanity that still exists out here, that we can come together, heads up, eyes open, see something, say something. Contact FBI, contact TBI, call 911 for your local. Tell them that, you think you just saw the missing child from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Get them on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At the same point in time, if you feel that they're not doing it, you just fix it. Law enforcement is short-handed. All it takes for evil things to exist is good men do nothing. And that's good females too. I'm not, it's just for evil to exist and continue is good people they do nothing.
Right.
Don't fall into the simplicity. On your way to work, on your way to the corner store,
Mm-hmm.
on your way to Walmart, you might see my son.
Absolutely
You might
right.
see him, and I need you to say something. I need you to call 911 immediately. If you're not in Sumner County, I need you to call 911. After you call 911, call TBI, so that way they know that 911 has already been called. I have found that law enforcement groups do not communicate with each other, and I don't mean this as a negative, but I mean this as a Facebook lead came through, and I called Lebanon, which is here in Tennessee, and they didn't even know that my son was missing.
Oh, jeez.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
I will second that with Seth.
So
There's a lot of people
they
out there
don't communicate.
that don't know locally.
Right.
And that's why social media is important. Whether spreading your flyer, share, dropping a share, hitting the like, uploading, whatever you guys do, sharing and liking is important. That's what I tell people. My heart definitely goes out to the family. I still, I'm trying to have hope in my heart. I'm just very by the books. I'm realistic. I'm statistics. I'm by the math. I'm by the science. Obviously, it's not looking too good. Sorry, a super chat by Nico. Super chatted with the two. Let me just put it up. I'm sorry about that. Nicole 37 said the only priority should be finding Sebastian with a 2 super chat. Absolutely. I believe you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to go to this little update that I saw here.
Rogers disappeared. That case is. It's been 2 months today since Sebastian Rogers disappeared. That case has gripped Middle Tennessee with little to no clues as to what happened. Our Michael Warwick sat down with his father.
I met Sebastian's dad, Seth, here at this Clarksville playground where the two of them used to love to go. We talked about how it's been in the 2 months since Sebastian went missing and the investigation itself.
I need everybody in the world to help me find my son.
At the park where Seth Rogers watched his son Sebastian play. Tonight, he pleads for help.
I'm supposed to protect him. He's missing. I want to find him.
It's been 2 months since Sebastian disappeared, last seen in the area of his mom and stepdad's Hendersonville home. Since that day, there have been no confirmed sightings of the 15-year-old with autism.
I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep at all between text messages and phone calls. People are like, oh, it's been 2 months. And it's like, has it? Because it hasn't felt like 2 months to me. It's felt like one continuous long-ass day.
Large-scale search efforts by ground, water, and air came up empty. Seth's now hired his own private investigators. He wants people to keep sending in tips because the next rabbit hole they go down could be the one that leads to his son. Do you have a belief
I
as
believe.
to what happened?
As for what happened, no. Because I have no information on what happened. But I do believe that policy needs to be changed. When an autistic child supposedly walks out the door and disappears, it doesn't need to be classified as a runaway. It's a missing person. There should be an Amber Alert done immediately.
Seth admits he's curious as to what the dynamic was inside Sebastian's home before he went missing. The TBI maintains there's no evidence of foul play.
Bringing people together to pray, to ask God to show us a light.
Seth tells me prayer has helped. He, along with about 100 others, will do that tonight at a Light the Path event for Sebastian in Sumner County. Michael Warwick, WSMV4.
That interview that
5-year-old Joe
that
Clyde
we
Dan-
just did with Chris and Seth was actually insane. You guys are absolutely correct. That was wild. I was not expecting that type of for them to bump heads like that. I was not expecting that at all. I should have been more about Sebastian. Absolutely. That's what you came here to watch. That's what we came here to do. That's our mission. I'm gonna take some phone calls. Let's see who we got. I got member. I got you, brother. Adam, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for wanting to participate in the call, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you enjoying your knife?
It's going pretty good, man. I appreciate you, man. It's absolutely incredible, man. It's me and my friend was going crazy after the stream, man. It was insane. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, I watched the stream, dude. I didn't get to see the live, but I watched the replay, so yeah, I got to see it.
Oh, you're
that was pretty funny, man. I enjoyed watching that, man.
I'm absolutely.
But yeah,
I'm grateful,
I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on?
I know.
You got two grown ass men fighting over something that they should be working on together.
I was not expecting that to happen. Honestly, out of all my years doing true crime, I never witnessed that ever. I'd never witnessed that ever. I was not expecting that.
I would seriously think that they would be working together, put their differences aside, and actually do something to try to find this kid. But all they're doing is it's almost like a publicity stunt for them, you know?
You know, this kind of thing that's happening right now isn't normal. You know that, right? Like this doesn't.
Yeah, I know it's not normal. It's not normal to put this crap out on the internet and have your whole life splattered out on a piece of paper for everybody to see.
I thought that they were actually going to end that live.
I thought they were too, man, because it was getting really, really juicy there for a while, and Chris was really getting uppity, and you know his attitude really pisses me off because you know if you're going to have that goddamn attitude, you're going to have everybody's eyes looking right at you like an idiot.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to pop off like that.
Yeah, if you're not guilty, you're not going to sit there and make yourself a freaking target. You're not going to be giving attitude where attitude is not needed.
I hear you. You know, it was uncalled for Chris to have such outbursts like this. That it was just uncalled for. You know, I'm actually like Seth remained pretty calm. I was actually surprised. I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. If Chris was on my show, disrespected me and my chat, the Bronx wouldn't let me. I wouldn't know how to. I would be bugging out. He's not gonna come in here and disrespect the guest, but most importantly, my chat, who is helping me spread this for. But I'm not gonna lie. I do have a different audience than other podcasters. I do. My audience is intelligent. They're open-minded. They're cool. They're understanding.
Oh, I love your audience, man. They're all great. You know, I mean, they're smart, like you said, man, and they're not stupid.
Right. Exactly.
And everybody can put two and two together and figure out what the hell is really truly going on.
Right.
And when you sit here and you watch these two fighting like this, and you got one guy who's going absolutely nuts and yelling and cussing at everybody, but then you got another one who's actually sitting there and trying to do what he's got to do to find his kid. Well, who are you going to believe?
I understand that completely. Yeah, I understand
that. You can only throw gas on a fire so many times until you burn the shit out of yourself.
Right. Right. It's just, I didn't expect that. The guy just like went crazy.
He went off, dude. He seriously went freaking off.
Well said.
I'm really surprised he did that on a live. I really am.
Yeah. Same. Right on, man. Right on. I just hope that he continues to look for his stepson. He said he went out looking for it. He claims that. Okay, just keep looking for him.
Yeah, you just got to keep looking for him. You can't stop. You got to keep looking, and as soon as you stop, that's when everything else stops. You know, and you can't let that happen.
Right. Well said. Well said. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, buddy. You take care and have a wonderful night, man.
You too, Adam. Keep being cool, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, I will try there, buddy.
All right, man. Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Gotta love that man. Achilles. Love that guy. Damn. Love that guy. Holy crap. Sorry, guys. I'm taking members only. Members only today. Yes, Netta. Netta's absolutely correct. He didn't have, he has zero control. Okay. Ooh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on real quick. Guys, I have a little bit of a dilemma right now. Hold on real quick.
Thank you both for joining us. Seth, I have to start with you. First of all, I can't imagine being in your shoes. I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this, and I'm grateful that you're joining us tonight. I think our viewers need to understand Sebastian was not physically in the home with you. You are no longer married to his mother. But I just want to check in with you, see how you're doing, and if you know anything tonight that you can share with us.
Guys, so sorry. I'm going to have to I was going to take 2 more phone calls. But I'm going to have to cut them short right now. I do have a tiny bit of an emergency. I was not expecting a specific individual to come real quick. But that's the end of the podcast. I wanted to watch that video. I do have more information to share with you about Sebastian Rogers, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow. I do have another case to talk about. I'm going to have to chill out with the call. Sorry about that, guys. I have to take care of something real quick. Something came up. But don't worry about it. We got more podcasts more to come. I promise you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, and watching. That was insane to watch. That was actually insane. Didn't know. I was not expecting that, but I have a lot of notes to take, and we're going to continue to talk about Sebastian Rogers. But you guys did amazing in the comments. I respect everyone's opinion. You guys were absolutely incredible. I'm impressed with some of the super chats that I got. You guys kind of woke me up. Netta, Kim, Melly, whoever else sent super chats. Thank you, Nicole. Everybody, thank you. You guys were absolutely incredible. Hit that subscribe and follow button before you leave. I would appreciate that. Announcements to make. Oh, yes, merch. Everybody's waiting for that, right? Well, I do have something in place. The date is about to be released. First come, first serve is members only. Sorry, that is what it is. If you have a badge, you get priority and you get a discount, small discount first. That's just how it is. They pay $49 for it. They're going to get it. If you are an executive, you get 5% more than what's already on stacked for you as a class member. I am doing first come, first serve after the members. They're first. And then, but there are limited supplies. So if it's gone, I am so sorry. Do not get mad. Don't hurt me. Don't be like, I hate you. Don't. Please don't. No, I didn't get my sweater. I didn't get my hat. I didn't get my shirt. I'm so sorry. Okay. This podcast will still love you. But once they're gone, they're gone. I cannot do nothing about that. All right. So look out for that date. All right. K. Cole with the 199. She was like, I want to be the last member to send a super chat. You got it. Love you, Nove. K. Cole. I love you. All right, guys. I want to become a member. You are awesome. Oh, Christina, you don't have to, but if you want to, it's completely up to you. All you can do is click this link. I'm going to put it right now. That's how you become a member. Join the club, and then we'll see you on the Discord. I hope so. Members, remember, you get that Discord side of you. I upload videos there about like 5 times a week with short true crime videos, all right? Facebook, YouTube, you guys rock my socks today. Thank you for the lovely comments, the responses, the likes, the shares. You guys are great. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Shout out to my members in the chat. Shout out to my followers. You guys are great. Keep rocking it today, guys. Love you guys so much. You guys are great. You guys are great. So tomorrow, a new case, wondering which one bet. I bet it's the one I already know. Ooh, Jasmine, you might be smart. New case either tomorrow or the next day. I'm not too sure, Jasmine, but you are correct, Jasmine. Big brain Jasmine. All right, guys, let me get out of here. Oh, there goes Dez. You want to be the last one? Cabs are here. Dez. I got a nickname for you, by the way, coming up soon. I promise you. But Cole on the low, I'll see you. I'll see you guys later, okay? I love you guys. Dez, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you, Dez. Like I always say, do good, die great. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.